The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Good about noon, beautiful people. It is Feel Good Friday, July 30th, 2021, years after zero. We got a big show today. Twine for that beat drop, and shout out to you watching and listening wherever the hell you may be. You're the absolute greatest. Call in at some point today. We'd love to hear from you. 1-833-4-McAfee. I look around the studio and I see a lot of beautiful faces and beautiful places, and that's right here, right now. The Hammer Down boys at Tone Diggs and
Cheers,
Bubba
Pat.
Gumpino are here. Boston Connor's here. Ty Schmidt's here. The boys in the back are here. And ladies and gentlemen, looking like the after photo, whenever people do before after photos, whenever they start a massive diet. I think he somehow shed 15 to 20 pounds since the last time we saw him.
Spreading misinformation.
Wow.
Pretty accurate,
Ladies and gentlemen, Darius Butler. D-Bud, I'll tell you, you were in here before me this morning. I had to pack up for the weekend. Got in a little bit later. We're starting earlier. I mean, it was quite an awesome morning. As soon as I got in here, I was like, "Oh, Darius is here. Okay." And where's the other half? Have you been fasting? Have you been dieting? Or are you just getting into better shape? Were the joints not able to handle that? I mean, it seemed like he was eating maybe every steroid on earth when he
Misinformation.
Diggs, when he would show up at the house in Tampa for Feel Good Friday, shout out to CBDMD down there, and Darius was joining us every single week. He would show up, right, and he would have like the pre-shirt, Jersey Shore pre-shirt, so you don't get a wrinkle until you go out shirt or whatever. He would show up in a pre-shirt. He walked in the first day. I'm like, God damn.
Holy shit.
And I see his thirst traps on social media.
Oh, yeah.
So I know, and I've been a teammate with Darius. Darius, incredibly, stacked athletic dude. Then it seemed like every Friday there, right before we go in here, he would take his shirt off, kind of walk through the entire place.
What's up, boys?
And I'm like, holy shit.
Come on,
This guy's
D-Bud.
peacocking around. I just thought you maybe look a little bit smaller. Are you all right?
Unfortunate side effect from the COVID.
Oh!
D-Bud.
I dealt with the VIG got me.
Welcome.
And
You had got to?
no got. I avoided the got, but the COVID, once it messes with your taste and your smell, it kind of messes with my appetite. So,
Okay, so now you're like eating, because I wondered this about Diggs. Diggs did not do it, and
you did not have that side effect.
no, Zito didn't do it. But
we do have a meeting every Friday.
But when you can't smell anything, why don't you just eat like kale?
Yeah.
Like just eat like the super healthy. Is that what you've been doing? It looks like that's probably what you've been up to. Is that what you've been up to?
You know what? I'm back. I'm on the comeback trail now, so I'm trying to get my weight back up naturally, of course.
Yeah,
You know
of
what I
course.
mean? So,
Yeah.
I'll
You're
be
sitting
back.
next to Gumpy there.
I'll be
Gumpy.
back.
You on the Ozu?
I don't even know what that is. Canadian, the Canadian always on that shit. So.
They actually are. All right, let's get to some stories that happened this week. Okay, I just got a text. In 14 minutes,
Okay.
Jim Irsay will be joining us.
Nice.
This show is the worst show on earth. Let's go. As I was coming on to the air, because what happened last night with the Chuck Strong backyard huddle, I believe is what they titled this one, at Jim Irsay's house. What happened, if you haven't seen it, is absolutely amazing. We'll talk about it here in a little bit when Jim joins us with you there. Best number. Okay, so do we have his? We have his. Zito has his sorry, this has to happen. I mean, it's fucking Jim Irsay.
Come on. Let's go.
It's happening very soon, obviously. Zito has his email. Is that cool, brother? Let's talk about some things that happened this week, though. Jim Irsay will be joining us, and then Kevin Youkilis will be joining us after Jim Irsay, and then I will be leaving sometime in the second hour. Darius Butler will take over hosting duties. AJ Hawk will be joining us post wife's birthday.
Hey.
We got a good Feel Good Friday here. Shout out to CBDMD. But before we get to Jim Irsay, Youkilis, AJ, or me hitting the road to go to beautiful Minneapolis, Minnesota! By the way, I guess there's Canadian fires.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yikes.
There's some crazy stuff going on right now, right?
No rain happening in Canada, my friend.
Okay, so Michael Cole landed in Minnesota last night. He took a picture of the landing. There's like haze. There's like from the Canadian fires, I guess. Yeah,
Really?
he was low. The plane was low whenever that thing was still there. I think it's like a fog. I guess even our clouds at night,
Yeah.
if you
Oh,
look,
yeah.
there's a bunch of it. T's and P's for everybody up in Canada, by the way. We have the least Canadian on the show here in Gumpy, but T's and P's everybody battling against fires. And by the way, T's and P's everybody.
Hell yeah.
Everybody out there.
We all need them right now.
Yeah, everybody needs them. Let's talk about a little football here. I'm excited to get your take on a couple things. Aaron Rodgers comes back to Lambeau. He now has agreed to a restructured contract with the Green Bay Packers. I'm not 100% sure what all the ins and outs are. I don't think we've been told all of them exactly yet. We do know that the updated cap situations for this season are $27.5 million. Then updated cap for 2022 is $46.1 million. Now, that is vastly different, I guess, because the money that the Green Bay Packers would owe or have dead if they were to trade Aaron Rodgers has gone down. It is less money now, I believe. It's $26 million as opposed to like $40 million or something like that. If it's a pre-June 1st or a post-June 1st trade deadline, whatever it is. I believe more information will get leaked about this contract as the days go on. Who controls what, how it goes. Aaron's got a gift from David Bakhtiari this morning, an Aston Martin golf cart, which should be dope. Your thoughts on that situation? Because we haven't gotten a chance to chat about it.
Yep.
He's back. That press conference was awesome.
Loved it.
Now he's got a new contract. Now he's getting gifts. Seems like he's smiling. Cobb's back in there. Your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers and how this whole situation is handled?
I mean, obviously he was upset with. We know who he was upset with, and his teammates still like him, so that's a good thing.
Really?
Still like him.
What?
Still
No.
like him. I think
How?
he got the press conference. I mean, it was amazing because obviously everybody's been talking for him all this time. He took a break, got his mental right, and took shots at who he needed to take shots at. And now he's back in the locker room, and I'm sure, those guys. Once you show up for camp, it's all about football and trying to win. And you got the reigning MVP back in your locker room. I mean, you're ready to roll.
Yeah, and the thought, and there was a couple of these from people that were in in the locker room. So you expect them to understand situations a little. You just naturally, I just expect that. There was some thought, I guess, and some chatter that maybe the teammates wouldn't respect Aaron Rodgers. And that was obviously before he went and did that press conference. This was about him coming back and then not being around for the long haul. So do they respect and trust this guy? It was more than a few people that were saying these things.
You got that were in the locker room.
That were in locker rooms, right? Like that was my biggest problem. If it's a journalist, cool. Like that's a fairy tale story you can create, but that's not just real life. That's not how it is. So when I saw players say that, it was vastly interesting. But then after that press conference, and I want to ask your opinion, when he walked back into either the locker room after that press conference and everybody watched it, or into the dorm room, wherever they're staying, what do you think the reaction was of the team? Hey, okay. Hey, you went out there and you fucking handled that, didn't you? I can't believe you. Hey, all right. Hey, that is all. Like those types of situations are things that I think will actually bring the team together more. And Trent Dilfer called it the bunker mentality. And that's like a great way to describe it. And obviously Bakhtiari now is all ready for Aaron being back, and plenty of others. And Randall Cobb's obviously pumped. He said his teammates are telling him like it looks like he just got fresh out doing some time there whenever he came back to Green Bay. Green Bay is like a Fortune 500 company, and Houston is like a startup, says Randall Cobb. No disrespect to Houston, he said.
No disrespect.
It's just very different. No disrespect. It's just a much different situation. I think that Aaron's teammates probably love him even more for everything that's happened, and they should, because he set a precedent now going forward that could potentially alter some things.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta act how you can afford to act, right?
Be who you can afford.
Be who you can afford to be, and obviously A-Rod can do those type of things. Everybody can't, but he spoke up. One of the things that stuck out the most to me about that press conference was him speaking about guys or veterans that weren't treated right on their way out. Guys who the average fan may not think about. Micah Hyde, Casey Hayward, James Jones, all these different C. Wood, obviously, and they weren't treated right. But he said a lot, and I'm sure that a lot of those other players in that locker room want to say. But like I said, once it's time for football, it's time to go, and we got our general back. So we're not. Talking about where is he long term and shit like that. Everybody has their own personal shit in that locker room, and as long as you got 12 out there jogging out that tunnel, you got a shot to win every game.
Listen, we're all on one-day contracts anyways, aren't we?
That's right.
Chuck Pagano. Remember that? He was like, we got today. Listen, we got today. We have no idea what we're going to get tomorrow. So to worry about what's going on 5 years, a year, 5 weeks, 2 weeks down the road, what are we doing? We only got contracts for today. We're lucky to. And that's like a real thing in the NFL, though. And there's a difference between the people that make it and the people that maybe don't make it as far as they should. And the people that make it have the mentality like, hey, today could be my last day here. Yeah. I could get cut. But then once you understand your worth, it's like, how do we maximize everything here? And how do I allow and help this franchise to grow even more? I mean, it's one of those things where hearing Aaron say, I want to recruit for them, I want to get people to Green Bay and everything, I think, and I might be mistaken here, but that's like a GM's dream. Like we got a Mount Rushmore guy who wants to bring people to Green Bay, Wisconsin to play. It's like
not a vacation spot, not a vacation destination.
Did you hear Gutekunst speak afterwards, by the way? There was this smug arrogance almost, and it was like, I understand he's a general manager in the NFL, okay? Very impressive. That is not an easy thing to do. You got to do your thing. But after what just happened, and I think he was potentially feeling as if the narrative that he was pumping towards ESPN folks was still the narrative that everybody felt. I don't think he got a good read on the situation post Aaron Rodgers press conference where everybody was like, oh, well, actually, that guy might be a fucking idiot up there. Right? And he came in there and just was almost like, I don't want to say passive aggressive, but he was like passive aggressive. And you could just tell, like, this seems to be a ticking time bomb with this particular guy. And Aaron is going to be the one that people side with, especially after that press conference, more so than anybody else. What do you have, Todd?
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's interesting because you mentioned, I think it was yesterday or a couple days ago, hey, he's a general manager. Like, part of that, he's brought some good talent to Green Bay, but the other part of that is, like, managing that talent that you do have. And when you alienate, two of your best players in a single offseason, like that says a lot about your duties as a general manager.
Davante Adams now, who knows what's going to happen with him? I'd like to be the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. Gutekunst comes out and says, we have a different definition of what highest paid means.
There's only one definition. The highest paid is the highest paid.
Well, so it's fascinating, right? Because the way it gets painted in the media when these contracts come out, for instance, Xavier Howard had the highest contract salary per year. That doesn't include bonuses and everything else, where somebody else has, with their bonuses and their contract, have the highest paid. So it's all dependent upon how you spin it. Yeah. What's going to happen with that, Darius?
With X?
Yeah.
I think he gets moved, but they handled that the wrong way. I think they could have moved around some money, kept him happy, and nobody bats an eye when they cut, a Kyle Van Noy after signing a 4-year, $51 million deal. They cut bait on him, for cap issues, or maybe he underperformed when it comes to the contract. But X, he was made the highest paid. The thing that stood out the most was, he didn't really understand the contract, which most of us don't until our representation kind of breaks it down for us. That's what they're taking 2-3% for. So that's why obviously that agent player relationship broke up, and because a lot of us, as long as that money looks right, they're like, oh yeah, give it to sign. Where do I sign?
I talked about this because a lot of people say, well, they're an idiot for signing a contract that they didn't read or whatever, and I went to bat for those people, and I was like, there are things in contracts that are strictly there for people that went to law school to read and understand and break down. And it's gotten to the point now where contracts, where maybe back in the day where a lot of these old folks say, well, they should know the contract then. And I understand what contracts used to look like. I think I've seen pictures of them, and they're just like one-page agreements, and people used to shake hands and do things. It's not like that anymore. There is just piles and piles and piles of clauses and bullshit that are very difficult to understand if you're not in the law field, basically. Like, well, this means this means this could happen if this won't happen, don't worry about it with this. It's just, there's a lot of shit in there. So players are kind of at literally at bay with whoever the agent is that is kind of breaking down everything. You got to have a lot of trust. You got to understand that you got to hope that they're on your side and not potentially on the team side, because if they're on the team side, they can get you a deal, make it look good, but also they have other clients that they potentially want to make a deal with in the future for anything like that. There's a big game that's played in that. So
and those agents in that sports field, they're concerned with how that deal looks on TV, how that deal looks in their pamphlet when they're recruiting another guy. So, hey, I got the highest paid, corner, I got the highest paid receiver. But like you said, when you dig into those details, it's not always what it seems. But, you definitely have to know what the hell you're signing. And obviously you got to trust your agent, and maybe have some people on your corner that are kind of a go-between between even you and that agent that can ask questions that maybe you're not fit to ask.
So that's the manager role. I think the manager role is more so, and we all saw it with E. right?
Yeah,
In Entourage.
of course.
He was the least favorite member of everybody's opinion was he was the
Worst character on the show.
By far.
Yeah.
not even
No bar,
a question.
Bar none.
It's very confusing on how he was able to date who he was dating in that show and why he was able to say the things he was saying in that show. None of us liked him, but he represented a position. And by the way, the actual person, I don't know him as a real human. I'm just talking about the character. That's who I'm talking about. But that's somebody that's tight with you, who understands you a little bit more, is with you on a day-to-day basis, where the agent probably is not, and they can maybe explain why or how, or maybe break down a language barrier that could potentially be happening. Not everybody needs it, but that's another person on the payroll then, right? Yeah. And then people get made fun of for having too many people on the payroll. It's like there's always going to be some sort of situation, especially whenever you have all the legalities and shit in it. I just hope it gets worked out with X, obviously. But you're down there in South Florida, and I know you're big-time Dolphins fan.
Big-time Dolphin.
Oh, yeah, you guys are
Dolphins.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Only the real ones know.
Hey, is this a Dolphin right here?
Absolutely.
Dolphin.
Absolutely.
Let's
Come
go.
on.
I didn't even get it. I didn't be able to use that. No, the camera didn't have it, so nobody will ever know that you two actually did do a fist bump, by the way.
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
They're going to stink, huh?
Nah.
And hopefully Tua takes a step. You know, we got some
Hopefully.
pieces.
Couple
You know, we
pieces.
brought
Yeah.
Fuller over there.
They got 7 and 10.
Have you seen what's going on in New England?
With what?
Okay.
He's not a believer in McCorkle either, so it's fine.
Some fucking McCorkle training. What do you go? 12 for 16 and 707 and some shit.
Okay, well, actually, turns out he threw a couple touchdowns. Now, in Boston Connor and Patriots fans' eyes, a wide receiver did drop a ball today that Mac threw into a bucket. That is the narrative. It was an incomplete ball is what I saw in this video. But no, the internet was saying, look at this drop in a bucket from Mac with the drop. And it was a great throw. Seems like he's doing real well. He doesn't have a number yet, though. Is this, when you were a Patriot, when you got drafted to the Patriots, the no number thing, like Mac running around with number 50, he looks like slaw out there. The jersey, I'm not talking about his
Stink.
that is tough, especially next to Cam with the number 1 in every single shot. How does that work? You have to like earn your stripes like it's the Yankees? You got to earn like the Browns over there? What do you
I can't remember because me and Hoyer came in the same draft class, but I don't remember him having to wear that funky jersey. I didn't have to wear it. Other guys didn't in our rookie class, so maybe it's something new. I'm not sure.
So what's this all about?
No,
so
he's
is that
not
just trying to
good.
dunk on Mac Jones? Like, hey, you remember what we used to do to Tom Brady?
Like, hey, I'm Mac Jones. And they were like, give him 50.
He's talked about this before. Belichick has. The whole idea of it is that it doesn't matter where you came from, doesn't matter what you play. You're coming here, clean slate. If you get in the building, you get in the building. I don't know when.
Do you know when they started that?
Yeah,
I
because
don't know when they started it. No, but that is the mentality.
Oh, you've always heard this, you said.
Belichick
Here's
is
a guy who was drafted second round?
Yep.
Second round in New England Patriots.
Hey, I'm not making. Belichick was asked in an interview about it, and that was his answer. So if you have a problem, let's go right to Bill Belichick, get him on the phone, and your qualms can be answered with him.
All right, well, let's just stop spinning the narrative that this is like an earn your stripes type thing, because did we see what? We saw one other slot receiver, I think, was wearing like 58 or something like that.
I've seen it some previous years, though. Recent.
Got
previous
Patricia
years.
written all over it.
Yep.
Well, Matt Patricia did have to okay that.
Yeah.
I mean, people forget,
absolutely.
friend of the show, Matt Patricia.
That's right.
Had to give the okay.
Matty P.
Do you know him at all?
Yeah, he was he didn't have the title, but he was with DC my second year.
So
last year in New England.
So Vinatieri, like Matt Patricia started all the way at the bottom there in
Yep.
New England and worked us all the way. I think he was at one point, maybe, and this might be wrong, but he was an equipment manager that was almost an assistant that was like assigned to like Vinatieri almost. And he was young. I think he stayed at Vinatieri's house for a while. And then he moves
Really?
up the coaching. Like when he was young, then he moves up the coaching things. Then he becomes a fucking head coach. And Vinatieri's like, yeah, this guy was like staying in my house or whatever. What's up, Matt? Good to see you. Like it was like he was a really cool guy. I think that's how I potentially got to know him. And he is an incredibly cool dude. Like incredibly. What happened in Detroit was not great, obviously, but I like that he's coming back.
Hard to take that Belichick shit to other places.
Joe Judge is doing it right now. Let's talk about it. In the Giants organization, Kelvin Benjamin and Joe Judge and Dave Gettleman got into it over an apparent weight dispute. He weighed in at 261 whenever last year or something like that. They wanted him to get down to 251. He showed up at 268. So this is classic. He said that he could play wide receiver at that weight. I don't know why it's a big deal for him to play tight end at that weight. There was a lot of give and take, I guess. Joe Judge is a Bill Belichick disciple. Kelvin Benjamin said after getting cut from the team after a verbal argument that was very public, I guess, because media people were like, Kelvin and Joe just got into it. I have a perspective on Joe Judge. He's not a coach that can ever win a Super Bowl because he sits there and cusses all day.
Oh, no.
You can tell he's a one-sided about everything. He's a know-it-all. That's not how it's supposed to work, says Kelvin Benjamin. And then every other Giants player has come out and supported Joe Judge because they are currently on the Giants and trying to make the Giants. But there has been open support for Joe Judge since he got there by the stars, Daniel and Saquon, saying, hey, we needed this because where they were to what they want to get to, they needed a little bit more of a, a hard-edge motherfuck type coach. I think that is what Joe Judge is taking in there. But to your point, a lot of people in the Belichick tree have not had a lot of success. Will Joe Judge be the next one? I'm not sure.
I mean, he could. He's been around he's obviously been around Belichick. He was in Alabama as well, so he's around Saban. Obviously, you got to do things differently on a pro level, but if you got Saquon and Daniel Jones buying in, that's big. But, I mean, the biggest question mark there is Daniel Jones. You know, his issues turning the ball over. They made some moves in free agency. Obviously done some good things on defense. Patrick Graham, shout out to Patrick, who's the DC there. He was there in New England with me as well. So they could be good, but I mean, is Danny Dimes going to be good or not? Like that's the biggest question mark with them.
Have you watched his film?
I watched his film. He's athletic. He can literally make every throw on the field, but he can't take care of the ball. Like not only turn the ball over with interceptions, but fumbling. Like his fumble issues are probably one of the worst that I've seen. So those are his biggest issues.
A great sneaky bet for the Hammer Down boys and anybody that listens is Daniel Jones is going to run for the over or whatever the rush yards is.
Bingo.
Every time.
You said sneaky, whatever it is.
I wouldn't even call him sneaky athletic.
He's Andrew Luck.
He's very athletic.
He's very much like very similar to Andrew
Yeah.
Luck, I think. Like when I watch him now, Andrew was so big.
Yeah, he was more built. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a defensive end, but the way he runs and views, I think he's very athletic, Daniel Jones. So a good bet for everybody that's betting anytime you bet a Giants game. Daniel Jones over rushing, normally going to hit, probably in just one run or two runs. He'll break one free there. For the turning over of the ball, this happened with Sam Darnold as well. Is it because the team stinks, you think, that they feel like they have to do more? Or is that just naturally how they are as a quarterback and that team stinks potentially because that's what they're doing?
Well,
is it like you're happy because you win or you win because you're happy type thing? Like, do they turn over because they stink or does that team stink because he turns over?
I mean, I think some of Darnold's issues was his surrounding, but I mean, he had good surroundings at USC in comparison to the guys he played with. He was a turnover machine there too. And he just makes bad, bonehead type decisions. Daniel Jones is more so like careless, like with the ball in his hands. Sometimes he'll be in the pocket and someone will like hit him or he'll feel somebody and then he'll still have the ball in one hand like he's about to throw it like that. You got to have two hands on the ball, protect it. Sometimes you just got to be able to eat a sack and line up and be able to play again. And good thing about offense is you can punt. Shit goes wrong, you can punt. And as long as every drive ends with the kick, a punt, an extra point, or a field goal, you're good.
Andrew, he threw an interception on a 3rd and long or whatever. And it was like a 45-yard interception or something like that. He threw a deep ball, and the guy got tackled immediately. I think at like maybe the 10 or something was out on the sideline. He ran over to me immediately afterwards and said, I'm sorry for taking an inside the 20 step.
I'm about to say, that's as good as a punt right there.
Yeah, it was like literally he was upset. He got very mad when he threw interceptions. That's why he tackled everybody, by the way. That's why he made every tackle.
Bad business decision.
Saw red.
Bro, he would fucking lead with
he would go like no fear.
Every time.
You do not want to see that as a teammate.
Well, as a teammate, you want to see him make a lot of different decisions as well. But all the things he does had good intentions. So it was like, it was hard to get actually mad at him. It was like, hey, need you to be more of a fucking asshole. Like, hey, if you don't like this guy on the team, you get him out. If you like this guy, he's on your team. Like, that is something he was just too nice of. He was like too good of a player, a teammate. Like, hey, no, it's their job to coach. It's my job to just play or whatever. It's like, no, Andrew, no. Hey, I just saw Peyton Manning literally just pick his team basically if he wanted to, and they had the most successful decade in the history of the NFL. If you like somebody, you should say it. Now, he was just such a nice guy, I think, like he was too nice. And then in football, like his style of play, he didn't want to quit on a play because I think he thought he was disrespecting football. Yeah. Like if he would just slide or fall or something, he's like, that's not how football is played basically. And then when he would throw a pick, he was like, well, I just let down my team. I got to go make the tackle. And it's like, okay, I understand why I wish you were a fucking prick a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, you're too nice. You're trying to. We get it. Football deserves. You know what you're doing? You're going to carry this torch forever if you just quit on a couple of plays. No, football doesn't deserve it. It's like, All right, I respect everything you're saying here, so it's going to be hard to change. But when he would kill people, I mean, that was just a game changer. But Danny Dimes can run a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm interested about the middle of the pack young quarterbacks. So like Sam Darnold and Danny Dimes are perfect names for that because their contracts are. There's a lot of questions coming up. Uh-huh. Their NFL careers, by the way, are coming up. Are they going to be backup guys? Are they going to be fizzle out? Are they going to fade out? Or are they going to go? There's a bunch of other situations around the NFL at the quarterback position that is very fascinating as well. Our computer just had a complete error and crashed over here, which is good news. Will this play? Nah, of course not. All right, we got to get to a break. Do you got music back there, Z?
Yep, pull it up.
Because Jim Irsay's calling in.
Yes.
There we go.
Wow. Come on, Jim.
Jim Irsay is going to call on the other side of this massive night last night for research, cancer research. Jay, is this up?
There it is, Jay.
Back.
Here we go.
Start the whole program. Thanks, Jay.
Hey, baby Jay.
All right, Jay.
Hey, baby Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome.
Congrats on getting married here, Jay.
Hey, here we go, Jay.
Thank you.
Jay, way to go, Jay.
Good job, Jay.
Happy birthday, Jay.
Yes. All right. On the other side, I think Jim Irsay will join us around on the other side of this 4-minute break. Can't wait to chat with him about what he did last night. He made a $2 million donation.
What?
Nice.
Yeah, and not just like because he wanted to, but because Italian football coach Chuck Pagano stepped up to the foul line and did something Ben Simmons couldn't do.
Ice in his veins.
Fucking drained it. Can't wait to talk to Jim on the other side. Kevin Euclid will join us in about 30 minutes as well to talk about what's going on in the baseball world. Did broach jet passing about coming on today.
Sure.
But today is, I guess,
Oh, yeah. A lot of action, a lot of movement today.
live.
Trade deadline.
So this is baseball time.
Yeah, they need
Here we
Jet,
go.
gassed up and ready to go at all hours of the day.
He said he will come on next week, though, to talk about everything that happens. We said maybe baseball will be worth talking about next week. Probably not.
No way.
But we're back in 4 minutes. This is the Pat McAfee Show with Darius Butler live in studio. And the Hammer Down Boys. Feel Good Friday, July 30th. I thought the base was coming again. See you then. The NFL is implementing the Hawkeye replay system, which has the smart technology, which is synchronized multi-angle replay technology, which allows the ref to view all of the shots and angles of a certain play at the same damn time, as opposed to what they've been doing all along, which is TV producers deciding what replays they see when. Are you kidding me?
Unbelievable.
What? Now, we know a lot about these TV producers, okay?
Yeah.
I couldn't see Joey Josh Chestnut eat his 76th fucking hot dog, all right?
Bullshit.
On 4th of July to break his own record because of a production. We've seen a lot of other rather terrible decisions made in television, in broadcasting of games made. Those same people now, I'm learning, were the people that were deciding what angles the 95-year-old refs in the NFL were getting to see. This is absurd. Thankful that the XFL, who had the Hawkeye smart technology, synchronized multi-angle replay technology, either created, invented, or used from other places, like tennis has this, I believe. I like that we're expediting the replay system. I like that we're getting up with the times. Replay should be an asset to the NFL as opposed to what it is, which seems to be a burden. The pass interference replay thing, because of how terrible they botched the execution of that, it probably will never be brought up or thought about again, because fans will be able to say, oh, remember when they did that last time? It's like, no, remember how they executed that last time. The replay system is run by people who have not a lot of experience with maybe quick, slow-mo, fast forward, maybe just content being in their face all day, every day. I like that we're making this better. It's better for the game. It's better for everybody. There's a lot of money on the line. Let's not let an opportunity pass where we can utilize technology to make sure the right shit gets done. Let's just do it in a much more efficient fashion. I've always felt that way, AJ.
Well, it's much more efficient, but it makes me question, how did we go this long to where a TV producer is controlling what replays, what angles you're going to see, for the referee, that That kind of blows my mind when you think about it.
Yeah, I read it yesterday and I almost axled my pants.
Yeah.
I didn't because I'm an adult, but you get it.
Right. I don't know. I bet you have in the last 5 years.
No, I haven't, but there was that one time where I thought it was going to be a sound, and it was actually action.
Yeah, a little close. That's a different story, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't a full axle, I don't think.
Yeah, no, sharding is not
You didn't
pooping.
step
your
in
pants.
it.
Whoa, I have a little couth on for the goddamn good of the show. But speaking of that, I was quite alarmed whenever I read that TV producer. I'm like, the same people that are making a lot of the decisions that we get a chance to witness every single week are the same people that are deciding whether or not a play that I have a lot of money riding on potentially is overturned or not. I am not about that.
Is it music? Is it love? Maybe not, or maybe all of the above. I gotta ask you, what's your motivation? Is it fate? Is it something you can find within your soul? I gotta ask you, what's your motivation? Is it music? Is it love? Maybe not, or maybe all of the above. I gotta ask you, what's your motivation?
This is the Pat McAfee Show on Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio. We thank you for taking the time to seek out this small regional show that streams internationally. Here's Pat and the boys.
Welcome back to Feel Good Friday. Shout out to CBDMD. Last night's NBA draft was full of interesting trades and unexpected picks that we have yet to talk about, but we'll dive into.
Oh, yeah.
And whether you're one of the many expert mock drafters that had their predictions totally shredded, or you're an excited fan because your team got your guy. Hey, by the way, Indiana Pacers first round draft pick, first player out of the Dominican in a long time.
Wow.
This guy gets buckets.
Let's go.
This guy gets buckets, dude. I think, right?
He's a sleeper. He was the best player on Oregon. He's very good.
Yeah, guy fucking gets buckets. I thought
Bucket
so.
machine.
It's always a good idea to take a deep breath sometimes and look at things from a calmer perspective the day after. And lucky for you, our good friends at CBDMD have the perfect tropical treat to help you stay calm, cool, and collected no matter who your team reached to pick. The limited edition coconut tincture.
Oh, I love it.
This coconut tincture will only be here for a few more weeks, so if you want a chance to give it a try, you don't have long. And to make it even easier to try everything CBDMD has to offer, they're giving 25% off your next order when you use promo code McAfee at checkout. Once again, that's CBDMD.com, promo code MCAFEE for 25% off your purchase of superior CBD products from CBDMD. It's not just the coconut tincture, by the way. It's also the bath salts that they have, CBDPM, the gummies. I mean, they got a bunch of shit that just make your body feel. These baths, now these have been sitting here for a long time, so they are probably, yeah, they have. But we got Himalayan salts in here, Dead Sea, some CBD, makes you a much better human in your body feel better. Carson Wentz threw a ball 70 yards yesterday in practice, Darius. I don't know if you've seen it. I utilized the Pythagorean fucking theorem to do the math and see that off his back foot. Now, he might have got his head blown off. Yeah, across the field. Carson Wentz seems to be all the way back right now. I thought he might have been, I didn't think this, but people were saying maybe he was broke or something. Potentially gone.
That wasn't you, all right?
No, it wasn't me. No,
I said that.
No, yeah, other people said it. It sounded like me, and I was moving my lips. It was like a John Cena video or whatever. But the thought of everybody relax. The thought of Carson Wentz going back to his MVP-like form with this Colts team has to be something as a Colts fan, which I am obviously, and in Indianapolis, and Darius, I think you are as well.
Yep.
You have to be excited about this type of thing.
Excited for him. Excited for Ty. Because now you got another quarterback with a live arm who can stretch the field. I'm excited. I'm excited about Carson Wentz being back with Frank too, man.
He does look Han good out there on the field, too.
Yeah, that Han is the word for so, by the way, in Mandarin. Connor actually has a sister from China.
From Shanghai, yes.
Yeah, so you learn, he knows Mandarin pretty well.
Yeah,
actually,
I do.
It is actually quite alarming how well.
Yeah.
Ni hao wa.
Yeah, well, see, there we go. Here we go. See, now I don't know.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I don't know how much.
Muy bien.
That's French.
Can't do it.
That's Spanish.
It's also Spanish.
Enchanté.
Can you speak a little Canadian here? Oui.
Très bien.
Très bien. There we
Very
go.
good.
Thank you so much.
Hey, buddy.
I think.
There it is.
Seriously, I'm just seeing photos now from
It's crazy.
his his home.
Yeah.
Can't even see the other side of the lake with all the smoke that's going in there. T's and P's to everybody up there. But the Colts, I think, hey, that defense, they're going to have to pay Darius Leonard at some point.
Yep.
Now. There's going to be some big paychecks that are going to go out the door to people that they have drafted. That's a gift and a curse of having successful drafts and being able to find great talent at expensive positions like Darius Leonard showed up on 26s, I believe. I believe those were 26s. I'm not 100% sure.
Beautiful car.
It was a beautiful car, drop top. And on his birthday, that team could go on a run, Darius. Like, I honestly believe that team could go on a run. I thought maybe we get Julio in there. Okay? That'll be like kind of the signed, sealed, delivered Super Bowl run. But Michael Pittman.
Maybe get Xavier Howard over there, maybe.
So do the Colts need another member of the secondary?
I mean, you can never have too many cover guys or pass rushers. So if you can land, Chandler Jones, who's got a lot to prove this year on a contract year. You got X, who we've got some money. I mean, we got the money now, but we just locked up Braden Smith. Got to pay Big Q.
Okay.
Got to pay Leonard.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Chris Ballard has been very, very, very consistent with saying, I can't just pay everybody. What the fuck do you guys want me to do? I can't just pay everybody. We got to pay our own guys. I got a guy named Quentin Nelson who's going to be a Hall of Famer at guard that I drafted.
Best guard in the league.
Okay, I drafted in the first round, and people told me I reached for him. Remember, people were telling Chris Ballard, you don't draft a guard that high. You don't draft a guard that high. And then Quentin Nelson has literally just pancaked every human that has stood in front of him, basically, at this point. He's going to have to pay him. That's going to be a lot of money. He's going to have to pay Darius Leonard. That's going to be a lot of money. But the salary cap's a big fugazi. We know that now at this point.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Kick the can.
That was fine. Just kick it down the road.
Hey, Saints might be dead.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, no way.
Michael Thomas is out.
What was that? You saw the Sean. I saw you talking about the Sean Payton presser. That was a little alarming.
So you, like me, assumed he got an earlier surgery. Rehab didn't connect as well as they thought. We have to go in and fix something before it gets too late.
Yeah.
If we don't go, that's what you thought?
I feel like, I didn't know at first. But when I saw the surgery and I saw the recovery would go in well into the season, I'm like, okay, this timing is peculiar, maybe. And then,
good word.
But Sean Payton clearly wasn't happy. Wasn't very happy about it at all.
Do you think Michael Thomas was saying like, hey, I think like, do you think he has a body guru that potentially he was like, I think we can cure this without doing surgery? Do you think? Because now I'm starting to question a lot because Sean Payton did come out and say like there was no miscommunication.
Yeah,
that's what he said. There was no miscommunication. It should have been done. Frankly, it should have been done earlier. Yeah. It should have been done earlier. So I wonder if it was a differing of opinion. Then like Michael Thomas, I don't think the agent, Michael Thomas, the team, I don't think we need to do surgery. I think we can beat it without it. And then it got to a point where they needed it. That was a very fact because of how good he is.
Exactly. And obviously you want him out there, especially when you got a new quarterback coming into the fold, whether it's going to be Winston or Hill. You want to have your number one guy out there.
Zito is having a full give and take right now, I think, with the Irsay team.
Wow.
Yeah, so Zito right now is on a phone looking at a FaceTime while also potentially on the hotline. So he dressed like a Chicago Bears coach right now. All right, he's got the hat.
He looks like he's in a war room right there.
Yeah, he is.
Tell us,
Trade the picks.
Hey, get the clipboard out there. Get the whistle. Let's go ahead and do this thing. It's fascinating what's going on because I was told that after last night's Chuck Strong event.
Yep.
I set a minute and a half.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go to the 5-hour energy phone lines.
Hell yeah.
Actually, the system is broke.
Doesn't work.
Never mind.
Okay.
Let's talk about other stuff going on in the NFL. Nick Bosa hasn't decided on the vaccine yet or not. That is a big deal because that is the talking point of every single player that goes to a microphone after their practice. I don't know how this is going to get handled. I assume it will at some point. We're going to stop hearing about it maybe, but it sounds like the real world's also getting very much back into the COVID world.
Oh, yeah.
The Olympics was topic of conversation on everything I watched, like nightly news for a while. Now it's like, hold on, we're getting back into masks and stuff. Whoa, what's going on? What's going on? If anybody can keep us updated from outside the world, don't. All right, I like living with my blinders on. I'm just going to keep it moving. Everybody, let us know what's going on over there. Russell Westbrook was traded to the Lakers. For Kuzma, Caldwell Pope, Trez Harrell, and picks. Now it is Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Brody Russell Westbrook. They had a meeting at LeBron's house last week and talked about putting their egos aside, saying, hey, we need to go ahead and go and win one. So now you got former teammates of Brody, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie over there in Brooklyn. Now you got AD, Bron, and Russell Westbrook in LA, let alone the Kawhi, Paul George, and Steve Ballmer team and the Clippers there. Cool. The super teams are still being built right now. Your thoughts quickly on the Russell Westbrook move to the Lakers? You like it or hate it?
I love Russ. I'm not a fan of that move, though. LeBron's a ball-dominant guy. Russ is also a ball-dominant guy. All very talented, obviously with AD as well. Just not a big fan of that move. But they'll probably still be in the finals.
They had a meeting at LeBron's house last week, and they hung out and said, hey, listen, we're going to pass to each other, right? Yeah. Sure. Yeah, we're all going to pass. Sure. 82 games, we won't forget about that at all, right? No. When things are high, when things are low, we won't forget to pass the ball to each other, right? We agree right now. Make a pact. Yep. Pass, pack, right? Earth.
Wind.
Fire.
Water. Damn it.
I didn't know if you
water.
knew it. I didn't know if you knew it.
Captain.
By the way, I did not know if that was strictly a white thing or not.
Captain Planet?
Yeah.
You shitting me?
Yeah. Listen, I didn't know.
Captain Planet was legendary, man. I think that was across demographics.
Oh, no. Captain Planet made it?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't watch anything other than Captain Planet.
I don't know who Captain Planet is.
He's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero.
Nailed it.
Sounds awesome.
Joining us now is a hero as well. Last night, this guy, not only has he afforded this entire situation we're currently operating in right now, he has donated so much money. I watched him show up at training camp with just hundreds in his hand and handing them out to every human that he saw. I feel like that is a move that he didn't just do at training camp. He did it everywhere he goes. If you live in Indianapolis, you know how much this dude gives back. Last night, a $2 million donation for cancer research. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Irsay.
Hey, guys. Hey, Darius. How are you?
What's good, boss man?
All right. Good to see you guys on this Friday.
Hey, hell of a little shindig you threw last night at the house, Mr. Irsay. What a night over there.
Well, I tell you, Pat, and by the way, I can tell you've been lifting. You look good, brother.
Thanks. Hey, thank you. I mean,
we want you back. Just name your bro.
Okay, I mean, it's big now, but no, but last night
we do have a few blocks on for punts with Darius, though, so you might not last too long in practice.
Okay. Coming off the edge, he's a little bit thinner now. He might be faster.
And he likes to scoop him up and run him in for 6. So
damn right. Unless he might be talking about Leonard.
No, but it was a tremendous night, and a lot of these things happen organically, and my mind, can kind of wander sometimes. So follow me on this one. It's like the Lebowski, a lot of ins and outs. Okay? There's a lot of ins and outs in this situation. So I'm talking to Chuck. Of course, we're good buddies, and he's feeling good, obviously excited, and so I've been saying, I've been working out and. Downstairs, we have the basketball gym and weights and everything. And he's like, well, I've been working out too a lot. We're about the same age. I'm a lot better shape than you. I go, well, look, I've been playing some basketball too, besides just lifting. Doing some, hand-eye coordination stuff. He's like, I'm a tremendous basketball player. What do you mean? He goes, look it. I could beat Wilt Chamberlain or Shaq in a free throw contest. And I'm like, now hold on a second here. I know they weren't the best free throw shooters in the history of the NBA, but they sure could beat you, Chuck. No, they couldn't. Crown Royal in hand, clicking the ice. It's like slow your engines, coach. It's probably number 2 or 3. And so, he's talking this big talk. I go, okay, fine. We'll just stay limber tonight. So, I get some things organized in the gym, and I'm going to have him come down and shoot these straight free throws. But then I think to myself, well, I feel kind of bad. It's going to be so much pressure. TV cameras, all these people at the gym. Guys, has he really played? So I thought I'm going to call up Bruce Arians. and so I try to call Bruce, and I can't get a hold of him at first. So then, we all in the NFL have these NFL phones, and it just says Glazers. So for Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I push Glazers, and so I say, hey, I need to talk to Bruce, and the Glazers answer. And let me say this, and this is way under the radar, which I don't want to cause controversy, but I outbid them for Elton's piano. Believe that? I have the letter. They were like, well, congratulations, and so we start talking, and there's some edge there about that. And they're like, well, we outbid you for Brady last year. It's like, wait a minute. We were after Rivers to begin. This gets contentious. I think we just get coached. So finally Bruce gets on the line going, Bruce, look at your buddies here, Chuck, but I'm worried, is this too long, for someone, who's, 60 years old? And he said, yes, Jim, yes, look at, we've all aged. Let him shoot, half free throws first, and then give him some confidence, and then we'll see what happens. I said, okay, coach, that's probably a good thought. So
hey, let that motherfucker
so then I conjured it up and said, okay, Chuck, here's the deal. You start at the halfway line in between free throws and a layup, and as soon as you make 10 for $1 million, you move back, to the free throw line. So he made 10 eventually. After 27 shots. And so now he's back at the free throw line, and look at, I know I'm down $1 million, but I was feeling I'm pretty good. I wanted to get that number up some. So I said, okay, coach, let's go here. So it's like $500,000 of free throws. So he misses them all. I go, okay, $1 million of free throws. So anyway, God bless him. He fired at six from the free throw line for $1 million each. So there's $6 million that he left $5 million on the table. But God love him. He makes that free throw for the big $1 million. And we had a great night, but it was those sorts of, that was that kind of evening that led up to such a controversial and exciting moment.
Oh, what a man. Jim, I just want to let you know, the poise, the delivery, and the timing of that story was fucking fantastic. Okay? We need you
can't
to
say that.
Oh yeah. I can. You can't. I can. But you are. That was an amazing event, amazing story. Chuck makes it, and every year you are very, very, very friendly with your money for that Chuck Strong and other causes. You're a billionaire that does it right, and I hope you know that. And it's like that doesn't get talked about a lot, especially because you billionaires don't hear a lot of compliments because you're fucking billionaires. So that's kind of how it goes. But you do it right, Jim. Honestly, that's very cool. You don't have to do that. The fact that you did is wildly, it's like a cool thing to be a part of here.
Well, Pat, the thing is, I've and we dream of 3 Super Bowls in a row, and a lot of people say, Jim, that's pretty high dreaming, and it's like that's where you want to dream, but that's a dream that we do in this league as professionals and things, but bigger than that, bigger than just the game is the real life, and the dream here is one of these brilliant scientists, one of these brilliant researchers at IU Cancer or one of these places in the world looks into that microscope someday and finds a cure for cancer. And it's going to happen. And, that would be a much bigger dream for me, because we know we have loved ones out there. They're hurting. They're going through this tough fight. And they don't always win the fight. We just lost Greg Hilton, a long-time great employee for the Colts for many years, and lost a battle of cancer. So it breaks all of our hearts. We all have extended people that we love that are fighting this. And, of course, we see the children. They're so brave. I almost can't even describe that brave aspect that the kids fight when they're going through this. So it touches all of our hearts, and I know Darius and so many of our players are out there engaging and trying to help make the change happen. And through research, we're going to find a cure for cancer someday, and I believe this century. So it's just a blessing to be part of that search, and it was a privilege to be part of it.
Man, you're the best, and I know you got a lot going on. Can't thank you enough for joining us today. Can I ask you about that chair you're sitting on? Every time you show up on my TV for doing interviews, it's from that throne right there. That thing is beautiful. What is that?
Well, this was actually Abraham Lincoln's chair.
Probably was.
And George Hallis gave it to me. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea where this stuff comes from. I'm not a decorator. I just show up and people say, "Oh, we changed the whole office." Really, I didn't notice. It's one of those things where I there's some things you really strive at, like trying to get a great guitar in your hand, but the chair I sit in, as long as it's got a decent cushion, Pat, that's all any of us can expect at this point.
Well, congrats on the great guitar gathering, because I know you're focused on that, and the piano, and outbidding the Glazers, and the whole thing. Everything you do is incredibly cool, and it should be talked about more often. Very lucky you joined us. Ladies and gentlemen, owner of the Indianapolis Colts, massive philanthropist, Jim Irsay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr.
Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.
Pat.
Thank you, boss. Have a great...
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you. Hey.
Awesome.
What a story.
Yeah.
The NFL, we got these phones.
Yeah, I want to see that phone.
Just Glazer. I just put it.
That was my only note. That was my only note there.
Thought it was Jay Glazer.
There's a phone with probably 32 names in it. It's the owners.
If you need to get a hold
And then Raj.
This is an emergency phone only. I need to get a hold of BA.
And ask about these free throws.
Hey, listen. Glazer. What's BA doing? Well, he's middle of training camp. I fucking need him. I need to talk to him. We got a lot going on here. Maybe $1 million of cancer research. You ever heard of it, Glazer family? I know you guys are trying to get Elton John pianos. What if he called them and started talking shit about
throwing jabs? Oh,
that life up there.
He kind of threw he threw Chuck under the bus a little bit, putting his stat line out.
It's
10 for 27
attempts.
1 for 6 for the millie. Left 5. Come on, Chuck.
slow your engines down.
He's a little oiled up though.
Hey, there was a couple with the
crown.
I think it's like a
2 or 3.
This show is the worst, dude. This show is the dumbest show of all time. I had to text.
Just casually, calling Jim, texting Jim Irsay.
Hey, excuse, is there any way you can stop? I was told by the person that was the mediator here, before noon is going to be quite a Hail Mary, Pat, here, especially after what happened last night. It was a long, great night or whatever. I was like, doesn't have to be, by the way, it can be whenever. And then they asked if I was leaving today, because there are people, I guess, that watch the show daily, in the building, and I guess a part of his crew or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they're leaving. You're leaving today. What time are you leaving? I was like, I'll leave at this time, but come on afterwards with Darius and AJ or whatever. He goes, no, Mr. Irsay wants to talk to you, I think. And I think it's because of the story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think he wanted to.
He knew that was a home run.
Yeah, he knew he wanted I was like, I appreciate that.
Great delivery, too.
Fucking poise. The poise
Great
there.
delivery.
That was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Locked in.
This show's the dumbest, dude. This show is the dumbest. We got Kevin Euclid joining us on the
Here
other
we
side.
go.
Come on, you. Come on, you. Hell yeah.
What are you doing? You did this one?
Yeah.
Yep.
There it is.
This is what he did?
Yep.
He'll tell us about all the players moving.
Oh, yeah.
There's 3 teams making plays right now, okay? Sox,
What?
Yankees,
What?
Dodgers.
What?
Everybody else is out.
Damn it.
Is that right?
Padres are making some moves, too.
Oh, okay. And who? Padres.
Padres, yeah.
They
San
tried to get
Diego's
Scherzer.
Yeah, they thought
Yeah,
they had
it's the middle.
Scherzer, and then
Thought
the
they had
Dodgers came in. Boom.
I heard Trevor Byers out. Scherzer's in over there. Mm-hmm. The Yankees are making plays for home run hitters. Mm-hmm. We won all the dong shots here in Bronx town. The Boston Red Sox are already good. They're trying to make plays.
Yankees are doing it right. They're bringing in.
Euclid is on the other side of this 6-minute break. Cheers.
I was told by Del Curry, Scottie Pippen struggles on a golf course. Right?
Right.
I was told at that thing that I'm going against Scottie Pippen the next day, match play, heads up, one-on-one Scottie Pippen. So we decide, okay, we could probably have a couple drinks, stay at the casino a little bit longer than we should.
Representing the NFL out of the Shoeless Golf Club of America, Pat McAfee. His opponent, representing the NBA, Scottie Pippen.
You know what I mean? This guy's got 6 rings. Yeah. He's a fucking Hall of Famer. But today he's going to play against me. And then I start seeing Scottie hit some shots that are just like starting to come together. And I'm like, wait a fucking minute. I think I was lied to.
We were lied to yesterday. We were told Scottie Pippen was a terrible golfer. Bro, he's Scottie fucking Pippen.
Going in the back 9, I think I was down 1. Like we were battling. But I started making putts. And Scottie Pippen went ahead and got real hot. I mean, real fucking hot. I was down 3 with 7 left. And I looked right in the camera, and I go,
"So we're down 3, with like 7 holes left. Scottie Pippen's about to get this work."
Scottie Pippen from 190 yards out just fucking dunks it. Fucking boom, bang, and then walks up to the green, gets the ball, cameras on him, and he goes, "Pippen ain't easy."
Kidding me? All right, down 4 with 6 left after Scottie Pippen just chips him from fucking 400 yards out.
I was fucking demoralized.
Pippen ain't easy.
By the way, best he's ever performed at golf, because I'm around, better teammate than Jordan.
Yep.
People forget. Oh, yeah, I told Dell, I was like, Dell, what the fuck you lying to me? He was like, well, I saw it yesterday. He was not great. And Greg Anthony told me, and I was like, Dell, he buried me, Del Curry. He buried me. He was like, hey, Pippen ain't easy.
Yes, baby, it's time to celebrate.
Talking about a shotgun of beer after he had beat me. Obviously, I like teach him how to do it.
Yeah, put a hole in there. It might spread a little bit, so.
Yeah, so you're going to go here, and then you're going to open and flip up. Does that make sense? Congrats on winning the NBA a couple times, blah, 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 blah. And being an incredible golfer. Thanks, well. Cheers. Appreciate it. Hey.
Damn.
Okay,
That's
Scotty.
the best Bud Light I ever had.
Hey, there's no Caucasian here.
You right.
I just saw a picture of you getting out of, I think, a 757 that was from Jim Irsay. What was that, and have you ever been in that plane before?
I thought it was like the team plane to fly all of the Indianapolis Colts. Literally, I mean, it's got the logo on it, Pat, and it was awesome. But look, that's just Jim. Pat, I had a wonderful 14 years there. It's obviously the team that I wanted to play for always. I understood the decision he had to make, and no hard feelings. And for him to send his plane to fly me and my son down here, it was a great gesture. A lot of room for me and Marshall. We were throwing the football. Pretty cool experience. Pretty cool father-son weekend.
By the way, as he's moving from event to event right now, you are the best, dude. Where are you headed right now?
I'm going to the game. I got Lynch. I got Faneca. I got these guys in the background.
Boys, congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations, boys. All right, Peyton. Oh, hey, there he is. Marshall, I hope you enjoyed that plane, pal. Hey, Peyton, last thing here. You talking to Tom Brady, you becoming friends with him. It was interesting to watch. Oh, yeah, take the photo. Take the photo. All right, we will wrap this up.
Well, I'll tell you, Pat, I don't think anybody can do what Tom has done. Look, I know how hard it was for me to get on the same page with my receivers, learn a new system, learn new coaches. But I had a full off season. I was injured. I was rehabbing. The fact that Tom has done this in a COVID pandemic off season, no time to meet with his receivers. He met with his coaches illegally by breaking into Byron Leftwich's house. So besides that, it's been incredible what he's been able to accomplish, and he deserves all the credit. His leadership is what's put the Bucs in this game today, and I have great respect for him because I know how hard it is, but he deserves all the credit.
Hey, how did you know Red 18 was coming?
Pat, I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you telling that story and just growing the legend. That was about the 18th time I tried it. I was 17 going into that. And, you know, when it doesn't hit, you just keep walking. Nobody ever really tells you about it. So when it hit, I was as surprised as you were. And the reaction from some of the some of the good old folks there in the casino that night was pretty special.
Well, I appreciate you doing that. You made me and those folks in the casino a bunch of money. Congrats on the Hall of Fame nod. Thank you for spending time. Enjoy yourself at the game, Peyton.
Pat, thanks, pal. I appreciate you.
The Sheriff, Hall of Famer, Peyton Manning.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about. Yes,
speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. It is Friday, July 30th, 2021, years after zero. Hour 2 of the SiriusXM and YouTube show starts now after that Twine beat drop. Darius Butler in studio, Hammer Down Boys joining us as well. The Toxic Table, everybody in the back. Hope you're enjoying the hell of this Feel Good Friday. Big shout out to boss man Jim Irsay for joining us there out of nowhere, literally. Text came through, Hail Mary was thrown and caught. So big thanks to this guy who's joining us right now for waiting 30 minutes when he was originally supposed to come on at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a World Series champion, a legend of a human. Every time he walks into a place, they yell, man who owns a beer company and a coffee company, ladies and gentlemen, Greek hops guy, Kevin Euclid. What's up, dude?
Morning, or good afternoon to you guys.
Well, good morning to you. I mean, there's probably people listening around you, hopefully, to this show as well. Good morning to everybody over there. Thanks for delaying 30. You woke up early.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
And then,
It's all good. I'm up at like 5:36. I got 3 kids. I got to get ready, man.
Oh,
if I don't
okay.
get that coffee in me, they eat me up.
Okay. Well, I'm thankful that we weren't the reason you woke up too early and wasted your time. Jim Irsay came on, told a great story about Chuck Pagano and he talking shit to each other, and then it ending with $2 million being donated, which is fantastic. But right now, what we want to talk to you about, Uke, is it seems like there's only a few teams that are buyers, and then everybody else that I thought were okay teams, they're all selling at the moment. What's going on? Big names are moving. I mean, you had maybe a little Cubs tie there for a few. The Red Sox are making plays. The Dodgers are making moves. What's going on right now? Are teams just trying to separate themselves, and it's like a 2-3 horse race now at this point?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the NL West, I mean, it's a wild race. You got those 3 teams, the 2 teams that were favored at the beginning, the Dodgers and the Padres, and then the Giants have just played great baseball throughout, and they've been impressive. And I think right now the key is, trying to add those key components to what you need on your roster. The Dodgers have had a real struggle for many different reasons. We don't have to get in all of them. But they need starting pitching. They've had a lot of injuries, so getting Trey Turner is huge, not only just for this year, but for going forward. And he's a versatile player, but he adds an element that is just, you put Mookie Betts and Trey Turner up there at the top of the lineup, you got power, you got speed, and it can turn into a lot of runs real quick.
Okay, so let's talk about over there with Boston and Yankees seeming to be the buyers over there. Now, what's going on? Because I heard the Yankees stink, right? The Yankees weren't even going to make the playoffs
Pretty much
this year.
500, yeah.
And then
Terrible.
now, and I thought what's the old Steinbrenner?
Steinbrenner.
Mr. Dad. What's his name? The boss?
George.
No, but what do they call him?
The boss, yeah.
Yeah, the boss. I thought the boss, was the Steinbrenner that just spent, hey, we're going to outpay everybody and we're going to win. Hey, this is what we're going to do. And that's why I enjoyed watching the Yankees as a kid, because I grew up in Pittsburgh, and They weren't trying.
Sellers.
You know, they were big-time sellers. And this other team, there was no rules against it. They're spending the most money to try to win. I'm like, I want to fucking ride with that team, the team that is spending all the money. So when the playoffs got around, I became like a Yankees fan. I didn't really watch much baseball other than that. But it seems like the family now is doing the same thing. A lot of money being spent over there. I guess the Red Sox are doing the same. Does that matter for this season? Are the Yankees going to get back into it, you think? And what did the Red Sox do to potentially propel themselves even more?
Well, that's the key to this is the wild card, right? If you have a chance at that wild card and you're in a shooting chance and you just got to put the pieces together, try to go for it. And when you're in a big market, you can't just be sitting back because the fan base does not have it. So if you're on the cusp there and you have that push in August, September, and you maybe have some key players coming back, that's why the Yankees are going and buying. They have a chance. It doesn't matter if you finish, first overall with the best record. A lot of times those teams get knocked off in the playoffs. So, if you get in that wild card game, you got a chance. Anyone that gets in, you got a chance. You go for it. And the Yankees, I think the Yankees have added more. They might have the biggest roster known to man right now. You got Joey Gallo coming. You got Anthony Rizzo coming.
A lot of Italians.
Judge. They got a football team going right now. They got an offensive line almost going.
So what is that? That's just big ball hitting, right? That's why I think a lot of the internet was like, they're just bringing in all the home run hitters or whatever. Is that a game changer? Obviously, if you have good wood, especially in that ballpark, ball's going to fly around there. Is that what they're looking for at this moment?
I don't know what they're thinking on this. You got a guy like DJ LeMahieu who's like a high average guy, and maybe they're complimenting. But when you got that right field is so short at Yankee Stadium. So if you got these big left-handed hitters that just pop balls up, they got a chance to get out there or just line drives. But, adding Anthony Rizzo is a big deal for them. Needing a first baseman, Gold Glove first baseman, he's a scrappy hitter. He's going to grind it out. And being on a winning team, it changes, right? So being on the Cubs right now is a little tough because they're below 500. Not easy when you've been a winning team to go out there and play every day. Rizzo's going to have a really good shift in mentality and be positive, and he doesn't have to be the focal leader of that team, and try to and that might actually make his game better for the August September.
Go.
Yeah, the Red Sox added Schwarber. Do you think he plays first base, or is he going to be in the outfield for them?
Well, that's a good question. I'm just happy they added a Cincinnati kid, to the Red Sox. They let go of Benintendi to Kansas City, so now we got another Cincy kid there. So, it's an interesting dynamic with Schwarber. He can, the good thing is the DH, right? So JD Martinez can also play outfield. And with that short porch in left field, you can put him in left field and not be a detriment on defense. Even Schwarber in left field is not as bad, too, because you play back on the wall. The ball's either off or you're coming in. They even put my ass in left field a couple times.
Really?
Wasn't pretty at all, but you have that short porch there to help out for the deficiencies of guys like us.
That's awesome. And I love the fact that due to the ballpark, we can put bad players in places. Hey, listen, we make this a little bit shorter porch. Not only does that help us out, but also we can put guys that maybe not necessarily can run. That thing is that'll eat home runs.
Oh, yeah.
That is all we need. We don't even need, we can hide people out there. Go ahead, Ty.
Going back to the Yankees, do you think they're done? Because adding Gallo and Rizzo, their pitching staff beyond Cole stinks, and he has kind of stunk lately. Their bullpen's not great. Do you think those two moves make them a wild card team, or do they need to go get a guy like Barrios or another starting pitcher and kind of shore up that bullpen?
If I'm a general manager, I'm always going after pitching. Pitching is the key down the stretch. You got to have good pitching. If you can't pitch, it's hard to outslug somebody when you're facing the opposition that has really good pitching and holds down, to a couple runs a game. So maybe their philosophy is, hey, maybe we'll just try to get these big games, like 3-game series, get a few homers here and there and outscore them, and maybe the bullpen can hold them down at the end, and Chapman can get over some of the problems he's had. So it's hard to know the mindset of these GMs and how they go about it, right? But it's really hard to get pitching. The key is people don't want to give away their pitching. So if you can't get the pitching, hell, go with it. Go with the big boys that can hit homers.
I don't know if you heard why you were giving your answer about how the big hitters don't really matter down the stretch. You need pitching. It was both of his hands got lifted on the desk and then pounded down from Ty, who is a diehard Yankees fan, because I think the internet has been very vocal about this, right?
I've been saying that, yeah. They could have went out and got Scherzer. Yeah, they might not have been able to, or they wouldn't have wanted to give up some of the things they had to, but Gallo's batting .227. He's either going to hit a homer or strike out, and that's not really what they need right now.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, man, as a fan, you're like, but also you got to think, if you're a fan, you got to think 3 years, right? You got to think 3 years. You don't want to go
Fans
crazy
don't
at
do
the
that.
trade deadline and then you stink 3 years later.
No, I want to win now.
Yeah, what fan thinks like that? No fans actually think like that. Are you out of your mind? No way, dude. Hey,
that's right. That's why I got to become more of a fan. I got to move on past trying to be a baseball guy.
No, you should continue to be a baseball guy because the answers you're giving us right now are fucking awesome. By the way, I appreciate you. You sound like a baseball pundit right now, and also with your resume, it makes a lot more sense. So I appreciate what you're doing right now. If you could stay in this lane forever, we'd be very, very grateful because we know nothing about the baseball. Go ahead, Diggs.
So Schwarber, Rizzo, Chris Bryant, Javi Baez, pretty much the core of that Cubs team that won the World Series. What's it like being on a team where like you guys had so much success and then all in one season basically it falls apart and everyone's getting sold away and stuff like that?
Well, I wish I could tell you how that feels. I was lucky to play in the Red Sox organization where it just kept going. It just kept going. Guys, there'd be turnover, right? You lose certain players, guys would move on, sign contracts different places, but we had a really good system in place. Working with the Cubs, last year was my my final year working with the Cubs. I didn't work with them this year, and now just doing the analyst job for Nesson. There's a lot of changes going on there where they're shifting the mindset. The hard part is this: if you don't have a stockpile of players coming through the minor league system, you got to do two things. You got to start trading away your big dogs and looking for the future, because when you don't have that stockpile coming, and you are a team that can buy, you got to either go for it, sell off right now, get as much value you can for those big dogs because you might lose them in free agency, or you have to re-up them. So it's a tough call of re-upping those players or trying to get that young talent if you don't have that young talent coming, because it's a young man's game now. You want young talent, you want them cheap, and that's the business model of it.
That's every professional league, I think. Cheap, young, not hurt. All right, that'd be great. This is what we're looking for.
Feelings?
Yeah, no feelings. Have zero feelings at all. All right, just be a robot. All right, we tell you to do something, you fucking walk in there, you hit the ball. All right, and you better hit it at least the amount of times out of 10 that we thought you were going to hit it whenever we signed you for this cheap ass contract. All right, we'll move you right down to AA, pal. You want to go down to AAA? You and your girlfriend moved to Indianapolis, Indiana. That's right. Vanessa,
don't have a girlfriend. The key is don't have a girlfriend. Make sure you're in the major leagues for a long time, then get a girlfriend.
Vanessa Hudgens, I guess, is walking around Indianapolis because her boyfriend is a member of the Indianapolis Indians now, who's a AAA Pittsburgh Pirates guy, I guess.
Wow.
That's what Foxy said. Foxy said that he and his influencer lady have been bouncing around town, had influencer parties, and have seen Vanessa Hudgens around town. Is that not right?
That's not exactly how I said it, but yeah, you can just check her Instagram, and she's all over Indianapolis. Correct.
Welcome to Indy, Vanessa, and it's because her boyfriend got sent Dahn from the Pirates to the minors, which is what happens in baseball more than any other sport, Uke.
That's so smart, though. Get a girlfriend that has all the money that can take care of you if you go to AAA and you're making less money. Definitely done that 5 years. I got sent down 5 times to AAA in 1 year. I should have found that girlfriend that could have taken care of me.
So when you go down to AAA, is that just like is it a motivator? Does it happen so often? Is that just kind of the business? You just understand that could happen out of nowhere? Because there's here being the AAA for the Pirates, and obviously we're going to talk about the Pirates in a minute. And I have one question for you. Because what's that?
Legitsburg.
Thank you.
When's that ever going to happen? Is that ever going to happen with the Pirates? What's the deal? How come I'm getting attacked by Pittsburgh blogs for saying that I'm sick of this team stinking at sports? Like, they're saying I don't understand. I'm not buying in. We're traders. We're sellers. We're never buyers. Are the Pirates ever going to be Legitsburg again like we had with McCutchen there for that 1 year run or 2 year runs? Are the Pirates ever going to have a chance now with all these? The Dodgers are spending a shit ton of money. The Yankees are spending a shit ton of money. And baseball is a big time. Hey, you spend a shit ton of money, you win sport. Isn't that kind of what it is?
Small market teams in baseball is tough, right? I mean, you're going to have your ups and downs. Tampa Bay's figured out a model to do it. Ben Cherington's there in Pittsburgh. He was with the Red Sox when I was there. He was the player development guy for us at the Red Sox. So he has a big understanding of how to develop talent. But if you're going to stink, and you're not going to have a chance to win over the next 3 years, let those guys go. And this is my opinion. I mean, there's many different ways to do it, but you got to get that young talent and get as much young talent as possible. That's what the Cubs did. The Cubs had so much young talent, and then they mixed it with older veterans that could, get that talent to keep rising and getting better and better. So they have a chance. I know, one of the player development guys is John Baker, a good buddy, and they got some good pieces there to help do it. Now it's just about getting that wealth of talent there that's young and developing it. And sometimes that's not as easy as said than done.
Well, I've heard that we did get young talent again, which is crazy because I've also heard that for the last, I think, 35 years. And then, by the way, the young talent, whenever they get good, guess what? Get them the fuck out of here.
Ship them out.
All right,
that Archer deal was that was the kiss of death. I mean, they gave away way too much talent for Archer. That was insane. So if you're going to give away talent, you just got to make sure you pick the right ones to give away and not the wrong ones.
That's baseball, baby. That's right. All right. Thank you so much, Uke, for waking up, drinking coffee with us, selling beer to the beautiful people over there, and giving us great. Whenever you said you're working for Nesson, it made sense because, this was incredible here. Thank you for everything you just did. I feel like I know the baseball now.
I'm just glad that this is now a baseball show. It's amazing.
All right. Uke's gone. Kevin Nicholas. Appreciate you, man. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Oh, yeah.
What's his, Loma.
Loma. Yep.
It's right there. Golly.
Delicious beer.
Loma brew,
Loma coffee as well.
Yep.
I like you. I want to let everybody know that's listening or watching. They probably wondered if Darius Butler was no longer here. I asked him in there if he had any questions. No baseball questions.
I just listen, just learning, man.
Hey, me too. I learned a lot right there.
A big baseball guy.
We're talking about the NL West out there. You're talking about real three teams, especially with how the Giants have been playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to say now to Michael Cole, who's a diehard baseball fan. I'm going to be like, listen to this shit. Did you see the moves that the NL West was making?
Who's his team?
That's a big Mets. Are they? They stink?
Well, they are potentially trying to get two Cubs, Chris Bryant and Javi Baez, over.
No! So the Cubs quit, dude?
Oh, yeah.
Cubs blow.
It's basically like the way I can put it. I was thinking about,
he's not wrong.
The Pens have had all this success, and then like one year they decided to get rid of Sid and Malkin, and like they just blew up the team. That's what the Cubs are pretty much doing.
So
that down in Florida too.
That kind of.
Marlins, I remember that. Before I was a baseball guy, after we won the World Series, Sheffield and Willis and those guys, and
Edgar Renteria.
Renteria.
Josh Beckett.
Was Cabrera on that team too?
Yep. Young Cabrera.
some dogs.
Charles Johnson behind the plate.
You remember?
From the U.
I remember Renteria. The name.
Oh, yeah.
Beast.
I was trying to think in my head there whether or not we should continue talking about baseball or not.
Definitely no.
Probably not.
Literally, that was all. It was like, there's probably more to talk about here.
You did your service by having UConn at the trade deadline.
Bingo. I feel like I did a lot. I'm a big baseball show.
He's a baseball guy.
I'm a big baseball show. I am. Yeah. That's a joke. Let's move along now back to the NFL. Joining us one day after his wife celebrated another trip around the sun, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. AJ, how are you?
How's it going, guys? How's the show going?
Hey, show's not too shabby. You had Jim Irsay on, told a pretty legendary story. Euclid just broke down all of baseball for us in layman's terms and told us that the Pirates are going to stink. And I stuck around just so I could say hello because I missed you a little bit yesterday. I'm about to bail out here as Darius Butler takes the man of the desk here. So I just want to say hello. How you doing? Any other information we need to know, maybe from a best friend of yours that you're an insider for?
No, it's good for you. Thanks for sticking around. It's good to see you and talk to you. No, I have nothing on Aaron other than the obvious golf cart that Takatari gifted him. That's all I know. It's a nice cart, though. I like it. I would like one of those.
All right, let's talk about the golf cart, and maybe Takatari will send you one, especially because you sent him a gift that he then posted on the internet and gave away his entire address to the world as a payback, maybe for that situation. He gets you a golf cart as well. Hey, we're talking embroidered leather seats there.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
Ashton Martin is what Takatari was calling it. Aaron Rodgers stated whenever he debuted it on the internet, so glad some of my teammates like me. All right, that's awesome to hear because I had heard something much, much, much differently on television about his teammates maybe losing respect for him. Takatari has never given Aaron a gift before. It's been a conversation piece not only with us and Aaron, us and Bakhtiari, us and basically everybody in that locker room. This is an incredible gift and a welcome back. Great to have you, pal. Let's go ahead and try to win a Super Bowl here, Mr. MVP from Bakhtiari. It's good to see Love and 69 on the back there.
I didn't see the license plate until right now. That thing's awesome. I mean, I bet it's pretty quick as well, and I know he he has that nice steering wheel cover that Aaron will definitely keep on, right?
Well, Aaron did put his hand on it and rest on it. It's like old school, when people used to dress up their cars a lot more, whether it was something on the mirror or the wheel used to get wrapped, whether it was big fur or people got the rubber ones because I'm going racing.
Oh, yeah.
Camo. You can get the camo steering wheel cover.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of gifts there. I like the big pink fluffiness. He'll probably keep it on there, right? I don't think I know Aaron well enough, but if he likes nice, comfortable hands on there.
Why not?
Will he be allowed to ride this around Green Bay, or is it bicycles only?
I would imagine he can do whatever he wants. If he wants to cruise around Green Bay in that thing, I think he will be welcome.
Okay, so since you said that, you would say that this whole situation was a successful operation for Aaron now that he can do whatever he wants and drive golf carts around and maybe have pink fluffy things on the steering wheel?
Yeah, I'd say this is just another reason, another form of, yes, I was successful in what I did by staying away during the offseason.
Case closed.
Boom. Case closed. That's it.
They moved some money, I guess. And I guess the way it reads is he'll be an actual free agent after 2022 season, but then they offset some money for if he was to be traded next offseason, I think. There's Randall Cobb back on the team. I assume there's going to be other conversations. What's going to happen? What have you heard anything from him about this whole thing? I haven't chatted with him since the contract has been agreed upon. I assume that was much closer, I think, to being agreed upon whenever he arrived than it actually was, because it seemed like there was still some negotiating happening by both parties whenever they were speaking publicly there. So I didn't know. I thought they had a deal, like a handshake agreement done. That was not the case, huh? Until they got this contract completely signed?
I guess. I mean, what is the one or two sticking points? There's always something that doesn't really feel like a big deal that they're stuck on. And I don't know what that is in this contract.
And we're going to learn more and more, I think, as the days roll on, as the season rolls on, because a lot of reports about contracts miss out on, like 78 clauses that are potentially in there, because they get the headlines. They get the headlines of the contract, but it's the devil that lives right there in the details.
Right, boom.
Well, Seb's living there.
Everybody's wondering where the devil is, The devil's everywhere.
Learn.
Definitely in the details on page 97 of those NFL contracts.
Yeah.
AJ, you and Darius Butler will man this ship for another, hour and 37 minutes or so.
Let's do it.
I can't wait to watch while I head to beautiful Minneapolis, Minnesota, and have the greatest SmackDown in the history of SmackDown.
Hell yeah!
What's going to happen tonight? Anybody know?
Oh, something massive.
I hope Cena's there.
I do believe Summer of Cena has continued. What are you talking about? It doesn't matter, though. It's all that matters is Roman Reigns is going to be here.
Come on, Oos.
Usos, too.
Big
Yeah.
Oos.
Usos better. I mean, they're going to throw it down tonight, too.
Bianca Belair's back from Rolling Loud.
Nice.
Here we go.
That Rolling Loud crowd loved them, though.
Oh, yeah. They're pumped.
Couldn't get enough.
200,000
Wow,
strong.
crowd.
They had no idea that was happening.
Might have been a super spreader.
Rolling Loud?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
No.
rich coming from you, D-Bud.
Let's get to a break. We're back in 4 minutes. I appreciate you all so much. Have the best weekend of all time. Cheers.
I try not to fuck it up.
Couple people, one college kid, took a shot at my swag.
We noticed.
We know. We don't like that
I
kid.
don't think a lot of people understand what swag is. Some of this younger generation thinks, swag is just like the clothes I wear or whatever. No. The swag is a mentality.
Yeah.
Swag is a mindset. I tried to tell this to some of the guys in the locker room this week. I said swagger, which is what swag comes from. Swagger is a mindset. Swagger isn't that you have a Supreme backpack on. Or that you have your shoes, unlaced walking around with, you got your new Louis fanny pack that you make sure it's not worn at your waist, it's worn over your shoulder. That's not swag. That's not swagger. That's fashion choices. True swag is owning your inner essence. It's a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And my essence on the field is that I feel like I'm a throwback player and I'm a tough guy. What I've played through, how I wear my stuff, I'm kind of a no-nonsense, straightforward. To me, that's what swag is all about.
You're damn
all
right.
this like fake swag out there. I got my special towel. I got this. I got that. I got this writing out there. A lot of you guys are just posing.
All right. I have a surprise, obviously. That's what this show is all about. We have boots on the ground in Cleveland, who I assume knew this was going to happen all along. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Cleveland, Mr. Jason Glazer. Your thoughts on Kyle Pitts to Atlanta, fine sir? Oh, there's a delay.
Well, first and foremost, Pat, I'd like to say, hey, listen, thanks for having me. Cleveland is beautiful this time of year. Granted, it does smell like a mixture of poop and diarrhea and sewage.
Jesus.
It doesn't smell great down here.
Jesus.
But I'll tell you what, 27 years in this thing, I fucking live for the draft. Love being down here. Love being into Cleveland. But yeah, Kyle Pitts, listen. What do you want me to say? I knew this 2 weeks ago.
Really?
I mean, do we need to do this whole fucking song and dance?
Okay.
I'll give you guys 1 through 32 if you want to know. You know, do you want to have fun?
That's nice.
You want to not know who's going? But yeah, I had this 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm wondering is if the guy you had in your studio, Mad Mel Kiper, I know that sorry son of a bitch didn't have this 2 weeks ago.
Mike's not plugged in.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I actually just explained it.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
did.
didn't. No, you
Yes, I
didn't.
did.
No,
I
you
had
didn't.
this.
I did.
Yeah,
I
no,
did.
no, you
I
didn't.
did. You
I
didn't.
had this.
I
I
did.
had
You
it.
didn't.
Trust me. Can
You
I
didn't.
talk for Christ's sake?
Okay, fine, yeah.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
talk? Okay,
Go ahead.
yeah. Like I said, Kyle Pitts,
No, you
unbelievable
didn't.
talent.
No, you didn't. You didn't fucking
Yes,
have
I
it.
did.
You're a sad sack of shit,
Jason.
Kiper. I know it. I looked at your mock draft.
Jason, please relax. Oh my God. I had no idea it was going to get like that. Sorry about that, Mad Mel. Obviously, there's a little bit of content there. He's saying you don't know your ass for a fucking hole in the ground, though, Mad Mel. How do you feel about that from Jason Glazer live in Cleveland?
Well, classic move. You know, Glazer looks like he's getting ready to go to a goddamn titty bar or something like that. I mean, dress up, pal. It's the NFL draft. Look at me. I'm dressed to the nines. You know, you look like an asshole. I mean, get him out of here, can we? I mean, is he going to stick around? Can we get him the hell out of here?
I think is his microphone still on? Jay, can you hear us? Jay, is everything good back there?
Listen, fuck you guys. I'm out of here. I'm going over to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm going to hang out with Dee Snyder and Twisted Sister.
Are you serious? Okay, Jason, sorry. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, Jason Glazer.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the Pat McAfee Show on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Oh, hey, we're back. We're back. Okay, it's live. It's real now, man. Pat left me to steer the ship. I hope I don't fuck it up.
No. You'll be good.
The boys here to carry me, man. Darius Butler back on the other side, man. Welcome back, man. I've been having a great show so far. Having a great time. Feel good Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it, man. All right, what we got? We already big baseball show. Obviously, just
huge
wrapped up some
baseball.
baseball shit. Let's get back to the NFL, man. Anything? Let me check the sheet out.
McCorkle stunk at practice today. Went 8 of 18.
8 of 18. Okay, so we talked about this before we got on camera. You know, the training camp, the stat sheets, you know, they don't matter. But when there's some bad shit about McCorkle, can't pass that opportunity up. AJ's back. Welcome back, AJ.
There you go, AJ.
Hey, you look good. You look good up there in that extremely crowded desk. So
Hold
good
on,
for
I
you.
gotta,
Just
I hope I
sitting
don't knock him. I can't hear him through the headphones.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
AJ, fix your connection, dude.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
We're back. I can hear you now. Okay, welcome back, AJ. How's it going over there, man?
Good. Everything's good, man. I got to see the last couple minutes of Uke. It was good. What does he have? He has his own beer and his own coffee he sells?
Loma. Yeah, so Loma Brewing Company and Loma Coffee Company. So he's doing some good things. You's a legend. Obviously, I was up there a couple years in New England. He's a legend up there in Boston. But what are we talking about here? Let's go.
Mac Jones, right? D-Butt?
Yeah.
D-Butt, I got a question.
All right, so go ahead, AJ.
My bad. I got a question for you. So you were in New England. You know Bill Belichick better than any of us.
Oh, shit.
What, Mac Jones, 8 of 18? Did you think, is this something that Belichick would kill him for or really look like, would it be a big deal?
No, I mean, he's a rookie. So we expect these guys to struggle early. And he's a defensive guy, so he's probably been fucking with him too out there. But we got Cam. I think Cam is going to ball this year, man. McCorkle might get in there, but I highly, highly doubt it. But nah, Bill's not fucking with him too much. He's a rookie. It's expected. 8 for 18. Nobody's surprised except Connor over there.
I'm not surprised, but we always say it doesn't fucking matter.
So,
None of the training camp shit.
All right, so who do you think wins that division this year?
The Patriots, Darius. I mean, what are we even
realistically,
talking?
without the bias, we got Tua.
Without the bias, it's definitely the Bills. I mean, the Bills.
Okay.
They also brought back all 22 starters, and granted, who knows what's happening with Cole Beasley, but they have Emmanuel Sanders anyways to slide in there too. I mean, it's hard not to say that they're the best team in that division.
Cole Beasley will be there.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of Cole Beasley.
Oh, absolutely.
May know that. Good player.
Great
Dominant in
rapper.
the slot. The Bills are surprised they've been kind of behind them, pumping them on the PR. I saw they pumped the statement on the Twitter. So shout out to Cole and the rest of that Buffalo Bills squad, man. They hopefully they figure some things out and they do their thing this year. But I'm excited about them.
Do you think the Bills can get better though? Like, how much better do you think they can get than last year?
Their run defense was not great last year. Obviously, their secondary is great, but like when you look at and the run offense, there were
no run offense,
and their run defense wasn't great. So those were the two areas that I looked at this offseason they could potentially get better. I don't know if they made any moves to get better. I just wasn't paying enough attention.
Nothing. That's that. They did. They drafted kid out of Miami up front.
Russo.
Yeah. So they made some moves, but they definitely get better because that was Josh Allen's first year. Really been kind of breaking out. They've been that superstar. Another year with him and Diggs. We talked about Bees. We talked about the other weapons there, so they could definitely take steps.
They got Emmanuel Sanders too.
Sanders, who's been a contender. He came out yesterday saying, "Hey, I saw Josh Allen make a throw that I never seen a guy make before. He's played with some good quarterbacks." So but you can't take everything you hear out of training camp with a grain of salt.
He's also coming from New Orleans, and Drew Brees couldn't throw it further than 30 yards. So I mean, granted, it was probably a great post route, but shit, a 40-yard ball is
He played with a little older Peyton too. Who else did he play with?
No one.
Big Ben.
Yeah, Big Ben. I was going to say him and Big Ben. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so that means Josh Allen, he's never seen that throw with Big Ben before. Is that what you were alluding to?
That's what I'm thinking about.
Oh, wow.
Youngster.
Emmanuel and Ben didn't leave on the best terms together. That was Ben in his early career. He wasn't as good of a guy then.
The Bugatti boys?
The Bugatti boys were great. Mike Wallace, AB, Emmanuel Sanders, Ben. Obviously, but Ben didn't find God yet at that point. He wasn't the saint that he is now. I'm sure AJ agrees with me.
I mean, so you think how he feels personally about Ben is going to affect him, what he sees on the like. You think, okay, Ben did throw a ball like this, but because I don't like Ben that much, I'm not going to give him the props he deserves.
It wouldn't be the first time that's happened in the history of the world, I would assume.
And that was a long time ago he played with Ben, too. He's probably
a long time ago.
Distant memory.
Yeah. That was
just future.
A few concussions ago, probably, I assume.
At least.
Diggs, how sincere are you with your thoughts and how you portray how you feel Ben Roethlisberger is this year and how good he's going to do? How sincere are you? Because I sense a lot of sarcasm when you speak.
You mean like sincere that I think Ben's going to be good, or biased, or how do you feel? What do you mean?
Like when you say, of course, well, we keep going back to the widescreen. I love it. You say how Ben's found God now, he's a different person. Are you being sincere when you say this?
No, yeah, I am 100% being sincere because, truth be told, he didn't have the greatest reputation around Pittsburgh as off the field earlier in his career, as far as like how he was as a guy. But now,
they called him Brazzers Ben.
It seems as if he found God, and now he's a completely different guy. And then on the field, the guy had Tommy John last season and the worst offensive coordinator in the entire NFL. Let's see what happens first before we judge this season.
All right, so Steelers fans are back in on Ben.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about his diet? I feel like it's kind of
I'm actually
fake diet.
Personally,
showed up looking like,
in my opinion, the bigger the Ben, the better the Ben.
Mm-hmm.
So I am personally not a fan of any diet that Ben has ever been on.
So personally, I've had probably the worst experience against Ben over all the other greats. He tore us. He used to tear us a new one every time we lined up. Him and AB. I think he threw 5 or 6 touchdowns, like 500. Who said that?
No, not me.
It was 6, but he backed it up the following week against the Ravens. I think he threw another 6.
Yeah, he did.
So he took the heat off us a little bit. So shout out to Big Ben.
Hell yeah, Darius. He lit your ass up. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. At least you guys did the right one and not the fucking stupid.
I'll tell
Tommy
you one
Lee
thing I'll never forget about Pittsburgh and the Steelers, that fucking renegade. When they turned that shit on the stadium, nothing like it. I'm sure, AJ, you remember that shit?
Is that between the third and fourth quarter?
Man, when they show those defensive highlights, that shit goes black. They start throwing it, the crowd gets into it and that shit comes on, whoo, you know it's going to be ugly.
AJ, does Green Bay do anything like that?
Absolutely not.
They have some different like Wisconsin favorites that they have played that have a lot of history and tradition, but no, nothing like the Renegade or even at Wisconsin when they play Jump Around, the whole stadium is shaking because everyone's jumping.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
Yeah, man. Matter of fact, you just got me thinking. I'm thinking about this Green Bay shit. To go back to what A-Rod was talking about in that press conference, were you which one of those guys, like when you, because we all been in the locker room where you let go of a free agent. You know, I know in Indy we had Jarrell Freeman, Antoine Bethea, and like when those guys left the locker room, you know, everybody in the locker room like, damn, how you treat that guy like that on the way out? And he named a bunch of guys: Casey Hayward, James Jones, a lot. He didn't name you. I don't know why he didn't name you.
Yeah, we talked. Yeah,
it's fucked up.
I wasn't really let go too early. It was a understandable situation.
Dude, be honest. You said they forced you out. Just say it.
They cut me. They didn't force me out. That's what that is. So yeah, if you want to say that, but they were okay. I understand them cutting me. My body did not work anymore. I had surgery right before I was cut too. But
was it any one of those guys that stood out the most? Like when they were let go out of that locker room?
I saw like the Micah Hyde comments when Micah said Aaron reached out to him and they let him go, and he was frustrated they let him go. I was a huge Micah fan. I think I only played 1 year with him. I still stay in contact with him. He's a stud and a great dude and locker room guy as well. So that one definitely, they let Micah get away, but I understand like you can't always pay everybody. So whatever their cap situation was, I'm not sure, but yeah, I think it's cool. Like we talked about it on the show yesterday. Trent Dilfer was saying, like, yeah, guys, young guys know, hey, Aaron's going to fight for me, man. Like he may not even know me, but if I earn his respect, he's going to fight for me, the players.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
It was cool what Davante said too, because when he went on there, he was like, "Look, I got to go get Amari ready for the season and like kind of basically transfer his knowledge to the younger guys, which might be bad just because he might not be there any longer." Was what he's thinking.
Is that Davante
short? Yeah, well, because his contract's up after the end of the season.
You got to make him the highest paid.
Well,
I don't know. I think he's linked with Aaron kind of though. Like if for him, I mean, yeah, being the highest paid receiver would be awesome, obviously, and he deserves it. But I don't know if would you want to stick around there if you don't really know? I mean, Jordan Love could be great, but if you have the pick of the litter to go somewhere else, and you could, if Aaron leaves, go play with him again, you might not make quite as much as you thought you were going to, or shit, maybe he'll make more just on the open market.
Yeah, it'd be a tough. I mean, it's kind of a tough person, but if they slide that paper across and say you'll be the highest paid guy, for the next 3 years, you got the most guaranteed money at the receiver position, I think that'll be hard to kind of turn down. Because football, obviously, is unpredictable. Anytime you get out there, you can blow something up, tear something up. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting situation to see how that plays out.
Hey, don't you think, Debo, though, like if you're Davante and they send him, this will make him the highest paid receiver, it's the language you want and everything, all he has to do, like I would imagine then before he signs it, he just has like a couple weeks where he just pumps up Green Bay to Aaron. He's like, man, this place, they're really doing things right, man. Like I talked to him, they said like everything, we're going to get exactly what you want, and you just keep pumping him up, and hopefully he feels really good, and they continue their dominance in Green Bay.
Hey,
that wide receiver room now, though, looks very good.
Oh, yeah.
Like Adams, Cobb, MVS, and you got Rodgers, who they drafted in the 3rd round, who was very good as well, and Big Bob.
Yeah, and Aaron Jones is also a very good back out of the backfield. Yeah.
Hey, I saw, I know you, especially AJ. I know AJ. This is huge for AJ.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers is the number 3 rated quarterback in Madden. Like, I know it drives you insane,
yeah,
AJ.
I'm not gonna buy this shit.
I'm a big Madden rating guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's let me see these. This is my first time seeing these. I mean, to me, Aaron Rodgers should have been in '99.
I agree.
The dude just came off one of the best seasons we've seen in the history of the game. I mean, yeah, he's a year older, but he should be in 99. Pat should be in 99 too, right up there with him. I think Brady's fair, 97, 98, just because how old he is.
I mean, shit, get Watson out of the game. I'm not fucking buying it. Are you shitting me? That's bullshit. He definitely shouldn't be higher than Josh Allen. He didn't have a better season than him.
I'm surprised they even put Watson on there. I'm with you there. Tannehill's up there in the tight. Matt Ryan. Who's missing? Damn, no Big Ben up there?
Stafford.
Baker. Some people think Baker should be up there, 8, 9, or 10.
Stafford should be up there. Put Jimmy G up there. I put Jimmy G over Matt Ryan.
Wow. You think he starts the whole season?
Jimmy G, so if he stays healthy, I think he does. I actually think he does. I think that Trey Lance pick was more so for the future. And, he said it. Kyle Shanahan, he was pretty blunt about that. Like, look, Jimmy G can't stay healthy, so we gotta go out here and get a guy that can. So but Jimmy G's 22-8 as a starter, so he's showing that he can win in this league, he can play ball. The guys around him, I'm sure, trust him. So as long as he stay healthy, he's obviously motivated, just like Cam is up there in Boston with a nice first round pick behind you. So I think we see a good year out of Jimmy G. He got some nice weapons too.
You think it's his last year though? Sorry.
Oh yeah, it's definitely his last year. You take guy number 3 overall, like you're grooming that guy to get him ready. But if Jimmy G goes out there and you start the season 5-1 or something like that, like it's hard to take him out of there and put the new guy in there for the future.
Doesn't he have that situation in his contract too, where like it's like in the middle of the season, he's owed $26 million if they don't get rid of him by a certain date? Like, do you think he'll go the whole year with the 49ers, or do you think they'll cut bait early?
You know what? If they're winning, I think they stick with them. That's just my thought. With John Lynch obviously been a football guy. Shanahan's been around the game a while. You want to win a Super Bowl. And I know you was on here, talking about the 3-year plan in baseball. Like, we're trying to win that season. So I think if Jimmy G gives you the best opportunity to make a run that year, unless Trey Lance is just doing some shit that Patrick Mahomes is doing in practice. But even they rode with Alex Smith that whole year. So I think if Jimmy G is winning ball games, I think they keep him in there.
There is some breaking quarterback news.
Oh, shit.
Whoa. Colts quarterback Carson Wentz is out indefinitely as he undergoes further testing on a foot injury that he suffered at the end of Thursday's practice, per Mike Wells, NFL, and Adam Schefter.
Whew.
Wow. That's not good.
Feet linger.
That's not good. So who we got behind him? Eason. We let Brissett go. So Brissett's down there in Miami.
Hey, what vets are out there they can sign?
Shit, who's still out there?
They're probably going to trade for Dalton.
No.
Probably going to trade for Jimmy G.
Might have to call Rivers.
Nah, I mean it depends on how.
One more round.
Did they say? I want to know the foot injury. Only goes further. Damn, he's understand. That's tough.
Oh yeah,
that sucks. So this is the second. We had Dak. Dak got the shoulder thing early in camp, which is kind of alarming for me because obviously quarterbacks AJ Houston, they go in ice, they get their arms rubbed down post practice.
Yeah,
so
what was Dak's? What is it? It's a shoulder. Did he get hit or is it just from throwing?
I don't think he got. I think shit. I know he didn't get touched.
Yeah,
he went back out there, so I think it's literally just from throwing. So coming off a season where he missed most of the season throwing, and now you're coming into a new one. This is kind of alarming for me. It's kind of giving me a little bit of those Andrew Luck vibes when he came back with that calf that wasn't quite the ankle that kind of lingered into that next season. But this hopefully is nothing with that. But obviously, as Cowboys, you're going to hear talked about a bunch. But damn, it's not good news for the Colts, man.
Dak downplayed it like it wasn't anything really. But Carson, I saw the news this morning that he wasn't practicing this morning, but didn't seem like a huge concern this morning. But does it make it more concerning now? The indefinitely tag, you have no idea what's going on.
I mean, whenever you got further testing, I mean, you want to know, you want to get a final, diagnosis of that injury, and then you kind of go from there. But whenever it's your quarterback, it's a new quarterback at that. You barely had an off season. Frank is already dealing with COVID issues, so maybe some continuity issues there. So I mean, the Colts, getting some curveballs thrown at him, man. But we'll see. Ballard's been building a good team over there. We'll see if they can battle through.
Honestly, it seems like Bob Griffin might be the best idea on the open market.
Call him Monday Night Football.
Nick Foles is available.
Foles too.
Foles is available.
For trade.
Well, he could go grab Minshew in the division.
True.
Hey, give us Minshew now.
Minshew he did beat us last year coming out the gate. I mean, that's a division. But if he gets there, I mean, he's not coming there to be number 2.
Do you think the Jags have any shot at being good this year with Trevor Lawrence and everything they've done with
best news Jags right now is Tebow still there?
Oh yeah.
It's been quiet.
Dude, I saw him. He it was awesome. They were practicing kick return. He ran back. He set up. He fucking counted 1, 2, 3 over. He got his guy. He blocked the fuck out of him.
Wow.
Hey, it's quiet on the Tebow front, which is good news. We already get the guys cut, and we haven't heard anything bad about Tebow. But I think they got a chance to. I don't think they'll really compete.
Hey, was the drill live?
Come on.
No.
Do you think it was a live?
It looked maybe like 3/4 speed.
Shoulder pads?
Yeah, they were in pads.
Oh shit.
Uppers. They were in uppers.
Okay.
Do you think guys are still licking their chops to smack him in the mouth when they get an opportunity?
I think so. I think so because it's going to be talked about. You're going to see it in film, and more so when he gets into these preseason games. It's going to be interesting to see because that'll
don't
be,
let them truck you. Don't let them juke you out. Stuff like that. People just don't. They don't as much want to harm him. They just don't want to look bad on tape.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the other side of a Tebow pancake or some shit on kickoff.
Speaking of terrible teams,
Jaguars.
Did you guys ever hear of defensive pursuit drill done in the NFL? Basically, where like you do your responsibility and then you have to run and get a football somewhere.
Yeah. Coaches are lined up on the side.
Yeah.
One of those.
Not running.
I didn't think so. Dan Campbell's got the Lions doing that today, and he had the up downs going yesterday. So, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
Is there video?
The down?
Yeah, there is video.
AJ,
I sent the video of the. There's video of the up downs has been out.
Yeah, I saw that one last night.
The drill I sent into the group chat a little bit ago. So
AJ, you did any up downs in the league?
Oh yeah, we've had to do plenty of up downs. Did you guys ever do? I'm sure you do like pursuit drill.
Oh yeah,
it's basically a conditioning thing and to work on your pursuit angles. But yeah, you run 80 yards down the field and chop your feet on a cone or a coach for some reason.
Yeah, usually you run, you tag off, and you go to the sideline, chop your feet until the last guy's done. Okay. You incorporate some scoop and score there.
They're hustling.
Okay. Guys are gonna tear an ACL. They're fighting for the ball on the ground.
Yeah, that was,
the guy who gets the ball last apparently in MCDC's camp has to do an extra set of up downs if they're the last one that gets to the ball. It's kind of like
are they calling their
ring around the rosy with the chair?
They call
musical chairs.
What's the over under in that win total again?
5.
They call them their camp
Hammer
school
the
of
over.
raw.
Hammer the over. What are you
Hammer.
talking about?
4 and 13 is a
I don't
walk.
know what Diggs is talking about. You guys both just said this looks like a pretty normal drill, and you guys both played in the NFL for a very long time. Dan Campbell knows what he's doing. At least Dan Campbell isn't making his guy wear these Mickey Mouse pads that the Bills are wearing. All right?
See, those are actually smart. Those are smart, man. I know they look stupid. But linemen, they bang heads a lot, so it's smart to have those. Now DBs, we don't need them. We don't really hit like that in practice, but it's smart. It's smart to have those.
Would you have liked to play for Dan Campbell though? Like it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Hey man, we're at least gonna have fun today, man.
I mean, that shit is good when you're winning, but nah, man. And I saw the videos up downs, and it's bad enough they're doing up downs,
down ups.
But you just saw the overall effort from the guys. Because the thing about up downs, I hated them. I thought they were stupid post high school. But if we ever had to do them, the guys gonna go fucking do them right and get it over with. Like it was some piss poor effort on that side. So what was your thoughts on that video, AJ?
I mean, the ending is kind of weird. Like when they're all fighting for the ball. I like that there's a competition aspect of it, but all I saw was I think the 2 D linemen both like their legs tangling up and both of them on the ground wrestling for the ball. I'm like, yeah, it's great you guys are fighting for it. I just don't know if the risk reward here is going to even out like it should.
Yeah, like if they start off slow, like to your point, he said, hey, that stuff's fine, but if you're winning, it's different. If they start off slow, like if they're 1-4 and they're doing this shit, do you expect a lot of players to be like, all right, fuck it, I'm out of here. I'm not doing this anymore?
I mean, not out of here, no. Yeah. Guys, they're going to show up and they're going to try to win. They're going to get that paycheck. And the good thing about it, Foxy, it don't fucking matter what we think about it. It's all about, the guys in that locker room, if they're buying into, what Dan Campbell's selling.
Yeah, so every single former player that played for Patricia and now is with Dan Campbell has come out and said how much fun they're actually having compared to what it was. So it's better at least.
Yeah, you got to do that.
You guys know as well as anybody, though, how do you expect to rip the other team's ligaments apart if you can't be expected to rip your teammates' knees ligaments apart in practice?
That's a good point.
Got you play how you practice.
Wow.
Right? Oh my God. Is this a more?
Well, a big fan of
Who's that big guy in the middle? It's like, fuck it.
Is he hurt? Hopefully that guy's hurt.
Instead of moving the drill every time someone gets hurt, they just do up downs.
He's not chopping. Come on, we got it. Oh, he did one. Oh, come on. See, this is. I mean,
that's brutal.
All right, man, chop those feet.
This is absolutely ridiculous. But hey, whatever floats the boat. They'll be terrible.
Tone, right?
They'll be terrible again this year. Hopefully they build and start getting better for the future. I think they'll stink it up this year.
What about golf? I thought golf.
Everybody else in that division, obviously with A-Rod coming back, I feel like Green Bay will be better, and they'll be contenders down the stretch. I feel like Chicago got better. Obviously, drafting Justin Fields, bringing him in there, giving him a real option at the quarterback position. The Vikings, they should be better getting Dalvin back. Another year, Justin Jefferson in the system.
Yep.
Defense made some move. They brought Pat P over. He's on a prove-it year.
Did they get a new coordinator, D-Butt?
I'm not sure.
Because didn't Zimmer even say like last year was some of the worst defense he's seen? Like at times he said that.
Yeah, he called.
Were you with Zimmer's AJ in
no,
Cincy?
he had left Cincy. I was with like a lot of the guys that coached under him, and then all the guys that played for him. But yeah, they loved him, man. Like the linebackers, especially in Cincy, they had tons of respect for him.
Yeah, everybody I know that's played for Zimmer loved him. But most of the guys I knew played for him as a defensive coordinator. You know, it's different. Yeah. It's a different hat when you're that head coach. But shit, he called their ass out. But I think everybody in that division got better, except
for
who?
Detroit.
Oh, Detroit.
Detroit. I mean, I feel like you downgraded at the quarterback position.
They got Penny Sewell though,
And the O line. They did get Sewell. Ragnow. They got a couple other guys.
They got a solid. They built up the O line a little bit. Still got Swift there. Yeah, they stink.
The Vikings have
They stink.
have co-defensive coordinators. Andre Patterson and Adam Zimmer. I don't know if he's related, but I assume so.
Of course he is.
And then Paul Gunther's on the staff.
Oh, he's back.
That's a Cincy.
Yeah, Gunther was D coordinator when I was in Cincy. He was under Zimmer.
Yeah, he was. I think he was a part of staff. I had those guys at the Senior Bowl. Zimmer and Marvin Lewis and that whole staff. But yeah, man, that'd be interesting. Co-D, you ever had co-D coordinators?
I never did. No, the only time I heard it really work was Ohio State did it when Luke Fickell was co-D coordinator with maybe Schiano for a year or something, and somehow they made it, not Schiano, somebody else, and they made it work, but one of them, I think, was the play caller. Like, somebody has to be one calling the defense, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that like you start to stink it up, and then you go to the other guy, and how does that dynamic work in the coaches' meeting for players? You know,
one of them. Don't you think naturally, like, one of them's going to take like the alpha position of the coordinators? Like, whoever is, one guy's going to be the guy that calls the plays, and the other guy's just kind of there to. You could respect him, but we know like, hey, he kind of reports to this guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's tough. I don't like that. It's kind of like having two quarterbacks. I don't think that's ever a recipe for, especially when you're coming off a season where you didn't play that great.
Is Zimmer calling the defense though? Because he is the defensive head coach.
He might, yeah.
So would he even be calling, and then he's just kind of deferring to those two?
He wasn't before. Yeah, I don't think he was before, but he could definitely take over now because he feels like it's gotten somewhere where he doesn't like it.
Yeah, some of the worst defense he's ever seen. So he might put, because he's got to be on a hot seat, pretty soon. And you got some great players on that side of the ball. Kendricks, Harrison Smith is still a phenomenal safety.
Barr's on there.
Who's that?
Anthony Barr's still there, right?
Is he still there? Yeah, Anthony Barr. He's athletic. Is Hunter still there?
Yeah, they just signed him to a big deal.
Yeah. He's a beast. I didn't see him on the top 10 edge rushers Madden rating list, which I thought was a snub.
Wow. What about the safeties? Did you see that fucking list?
That was terrible.
What?
That was a terrible list.
I mean, yeah, aside from McCourty being should have been a 99.
I mean, Minka being...
Minka was disrespect. I mean, 89, disrespectful.
Where's Jamal Adams?
Amos being at 89 was disrespectful. Jamal Adams was a 90, I believe.
He was like number 6 or something.
He was like 6 or 7. And I don't really see Adams as a safety though. Jamal Adams, I see him as a weapon. Like he's a football player.
Yeah, he's like his own position out there.
Yeah,
he's just a ball hog.
Exactly. He's a great. I mean, probably one of the best pass. He was one of the best pass rushers for Seattle last year when he was out there. And the thing about guys, he plays with energy. Like he gives maximum effort on every play, and regardless of where those type of guys are on your defense, especially when they're the highest paid, that shit resonates throughout the locker room and throughout the defense. So I don't necessarily see him as just a safety, but let me see this list. We got Todd Matthew at the top. Okay, Todd Matthews definitely he should be. Best safety in the league.
I saw you put a Brian Burns 10,000 plus 10,000
good bet
defensive player of the year bet in. Mitt found Budda Baker also plus 10,000 potentially on defensive player of the year. Like if the Cardinals end up being good, like he's the leader of that. Well, I guess JJ's there now and Chandler Jones is really good, but like Budda was the playmaker for that team last couple years.
Yeah, he's the heart and soul of that defense. He's the heart and soul of that defense. Once again, he's a guy who plays like his hair is on fire, whether he's rushing the pass or covering, tackling open field. He's the heart and soul of that defense. They hate on DBs, though, man, when it comes to those awards. We saw Xavier Howard have 10 picks last year. We haven't seen that in the league since Cromartie, which was like 10 years ago. So I think he had a defensive player of the year type year. So I'm going to stick with Burns. Pass rusher, I think he takes a huge leap this year. They got a corner in there that'll help out the pass rush a little bit.
The long shot that we talked about when he got the contract too. Fred Warner's also 10,000 plus 10,000.
Take that. I'll take a shot at that.
Yeah, is he the best linebacker in the league for you? Off ball linebacker?
I wish I watched enough of all of them to see if he's the best. He's definitely in the top 2 or 3, no question. I think.
Yeah.
Well, for a while, it was like Bobby Wagner was considered the guy, right, AJ?
Yeah, I mean, Bobby's still one of the guys. Bobby's still a stud.
Bobby Wags, Fred Warner, Darius Leonard, obviously. Both guys down in Tampa.
Yes.
Devin White and Levante David, he's been slept on a lot.
Demario Davis.
Yeah, Davis, he's a beast. A lot of talent around here, man.
Hightower's back. Come on.
Devin Bush.
Okay.
Milano got re-signed by the Bills.
Yeah, athletic. He can run around. But we'll be about to take off here. Take a little break here. Got about 20 seconds to the break. Anybody else want to talk about some shit before we get out of here?
The Bird on Twitter's name is Larry. Nickname for Larry Bird. Found that out yesterday. Pretty sweet.
Bird. Okay, Southpaw, Larry Bird. We just finding shit out left and right here, man.
Big week of learning.
Big week of learning, man. A lot of people didn't know that, by the way.
Yeah.
But I'll be back on the other side. Appreciate you.
I bet you did, D-Buck.
Hope not. I definitely knew that. I knocked out a couple Southpaws.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Out of here. See you on the other side.
They just they try to kick each other. They jumped right in the way of the propellers of a boat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. Gold medal. I've been training my whole life for this. There isn't another one of these for how many years? 3 more years? I'll go. Did you see Simone spin on the beam? And a couple ta-ta-ta-ta-tas? Oh, we're going to win it all. The guy that won from China, his shoulders were full boulders. He was the only one that looked like, oh, there's a fucking jacked Olympic weightlifter right there. But as those swimmers are sitting on that thing like this or whatever, if they train their entire lives to make that moment, and then as it's waiting, they just accidentally, boom, fucking out, disqualified.
Yeah.
The commentators in all the sports, I think, okay, we're good.
Oh, yeah.
Not great. You gotta explain to me what the fuck's going on. This is the World Games, dude. I watch judo, okay? Ooh. I watched the Abe family, sister and brother out of Japan win back-to-back judo championships. I have no idea how anybody scores in judo, all right? It was 0-0 and it went into a golden score situation. Oh. And somehow she got a point, she won, she pinned her, the whole celebration thing happened, it was great. Then her brother comes out and he's going against somebody and he's just fucking throwing him. I don't know how they're getting points. I have no clue what's going on. He wins, didn't smile one time. Ooh. He won, it was just like, yep, this is what I fucking do. But handball is always one that we watch, the world watches and goes, how is this not massive in America? It's high intensity, it's high scoring. There's incredible athletic plays, both offensively and defensively. There's big time, acrobatic jumps and shit. It's a great game. Oh, you're telling me that if Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Aaron Rodgers,
Josh Allen,
Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott, you're telling me if the greatest athlete throwers that we have in the NFL were to put a team together, they would win the Olympics at handball? Never would have fucking guessed that.
I will say this about the golf tournament. Watch out for the South Koreans. They dropped out of the Open, the British Open, because if they win the golf tournament or medal in the golf tournament, they don't have to do military service for the next 2 years.
So I'm betting on them.
Yeah, it's a pretty good prize.
What is that?
Are you kidding me?
What is that? Has the rest of the golf world heard about this and maybe looked out for their friends?
That's what I was thinking. Hey, let's let them get a medal.
Hey, if it's a gimme, go ahead and just do a little rim job.
I mean, they're good guys. You like them? They're nice on the
Patty
tour.
Reed ain't.
Patty Reed, go to war, pal.
Hey, sorry, bub.
How come our 3-on-3 team is not the professor, hot sauce, and maybe Skip to my Lou? But a lot of people are blaming Popovich, and now there's rumors that Popovich is actually trying to put in, hey, this is how we got to win in international, allegedly. Now, who knows what I know? I don't know anything. It did look like they were running good fundamental basketball offense, though, on the other teams that I've watched. Let's not ask, how or why any of these sports are sports. Okay, let's just watch them and enjoy them. We're watching people who have dedicated their entire lives to a workout, to an event, an activity, 5 a.m. wake-ups, 4 a.m. wake-ups, ice tubs, hot tubs, hours, blisters, blood, sweat, tears, dedication, commitment, missing of events for these things that we don't fully understand or see how or why they would do it. And I just want us to appreciate the people that have done it. We have no idea how to do the subway system, but Zeke is doing the direction, the directing, the mapping, the planning.
Well, my tell is in 10 minutes, that train should be ready. He knew his shit. He said it's went that way. This is Zito guided tour. We're not going to get a spot on the train. We should get on an Uber. This was a bad idea. This was a bad decision. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I mean, this is going to be interesting, isn't it?
Are we on the right way to Yankee Stadium right now? To the Bronx.
I don't like that hesitancy.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
New York is it's a bit much. There's shit everywhere. It smells like shit. There's a lot of people, but it's a hub of industry out here, you know.
Thank you so much.
Hey, let's go now, Yanks. Hey, what are we saying now, Kanaki?
Yeah. Underrated, we the underdogs, underestimated. Underrated, we the underdogs, underestimated. We the one. Darkness, I rose up. Gold in my soul, it's a gold rush. Yeah. Honor and freedom, I toast up. Kicking game on the snare drum. Caught on the beat, let it bleed out like sacrifices. Cut it open, emotions. Spilling like oil and coasting. Therapy for my mental, I'm pinning a pistol and shoot down the criticisms individually. I heard the voices that told us. Yeah. No dirt on my name and wish me the worst and scold us. Yeah. Shot through the heart and pray on my downfall. But Yancy prevail on my own. Stand on top of this.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show. He left me at the desk. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. It's Darius Butler with the boys. We're back. AJ's back. Let's rock. All right, man. So, y'all like that?
Yeah, it's good. Well, that clown over there always steps on it whenever he's doing it.
Come on, don't disrespect. Hey, AJ, about 50-50. I was 50-50 on the suit. I almost came here with a suit. We set the standard. The standard's the standard. I'm sorry if I let you down, man. But I thought about it. But what's my grade right now so far, man? How am I doing?
You're doing great, man. I love it. I think you feel natural up there. Imagine what it would be like if you had a desk that was more suited to you and not as just cluttered brain and cluttered mind of Pat.
Yeah, but how fucking mad were you, AJ, when Darius didn't say "come on back" before that?
Hey, there's still time. You might get there.
I might get there, man. Hey, we got a special caller calling in right now. He's probably checking in to make sure this shit ain't burning down. We got Pat on the line. What's up, Pat? You're not driving, are you? Come on, man.
Hey, I am driving to the airport, okay? And I was having a great feel-good Friday, and a couple things have happened here.
Okay, uh-oh.
AJ, I don't need you saying that the desk matches my cluttered mind and all. Get over it, all right? The desk is just fine. Darius loves it. Darius, how nice is that desk?
Hey, I operate well in chaos. This is pretty good. A lot of shit going on. My mind start wondering. I can lock in on, RIP, the big fella. We got this dub. Only part I hate is this part right here.
Oh yeah, let's go Mountaineers.
Bad memories. Bad memories. What's up, though, Pat?
I completely understand, and that is not why I'm calling in. I'm actually going to park on the side of the road here, so I do this thing full of. Have a good one. Yeah, hey, good to see you. Hey, Carson Wentz is already hurt. Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys have talked about this yet. Zito texted me after seeing me tweet about Schefter's report. No, is basically what I said. Schefter broke the news that Carson Wentz is out indefinitely as he undergoes further testing on a foot injury that he suffered at the end of Thursday's practice, per Mike Wells. Hey, shout out Mike Wells.
Shout out
Mike Wells.
Colts second-year QB Jacob Eason took the starter reps at today's practice with Sam Ehlinger as the backup. Okay, couple quick things here. All right? Let's assume that this isn't that big of a deal. Carson Wentz is saying, hey, you know what, I need a little day. Maybe he's just relaxing. Maybe it's not as serious as maybe Schefter's talking about. I don't know anything about Jacob Eason, all right? I love Sam Ehlinger. I knew he said, we're back with Texas. They weren't. I think he's a great player, though. I think he's a great player. He'll be fantastic. I thought Carson Wentz was going to win the MVP again. AJ, Darius,
hold on.
What the hell happened?
I need to know for you, though, Pat, are you more worried, though, the fact they said they need to, he needs to undergo more testing, because that usually is saying, hey, we need to rule out some things. We want to make sure it's not something more serious.
Yeah, this is like a field. In golf, they say, like, because I've been doing a lot of golf lately because I'm going to win $20 million from this son of a bitch in the middle.
Hell yeah!
In golf, whenever they're teaching golf, they say, like, a feel versus a real thing. Like feel versus real. Like, hey, you need to do this. It needs to feel like this, but it's actual. I think the tests, hopefully, are like Carson saying some things. And the incredible medical staff at the Indianapolis Colts, I cannot stress this enough. I have had great experiences. I don't know about everybody else, but I know there's a lot of other people that have a lot of respect with them. I think the more tests is probably Carson's explaining some things. Maybe this is how I'm feeling. Let's go get some more tests, a scan, whatever the hell's going on, further testing. Is that physically? Is that scans? What does that mean? I don't know. But it is a little scary to know that I saw Carson Wentz throw a 70-yard pass yesterday due to the Pythagorean theorem across the field. I was having a Feel Good Friday. Shout out to CBDMD, and then Adam Schefter breaks my heart yet again with the report.
Fucked it up.
I hope it's less than what it feels like right now, because we're way too early in this Carson Wentz is all the way back conversation. We haven't even had a chance to really enjoy it, Darius.
Yeah, I'm not too worried personally, man. Early in training camp, got a little injury. Be smart, don't push it. I mean, we saw this dude come back, tear his ACL, take a snap, throw a touchdown. Tough country guy. Not worried about Carson. He'll be all right this year. MVP odds probably stay the same. But I'll reach out to some sources to get some more information. But I'm not stressed about it at all.
That's what that test does, AJ. And you somehow microdosed your way through it and still remain toxic. Did you hear how positive Darius was about this situation? Yeah. How come that couldn't happen to you when you?
How was I not positive? I was asking a follow-up question because of the tweet, how it was worded. I'm trying to ask a follow-up to you, a known Colts fan. Like, how do you feel? Because you can represent Colts Nation and maybe make them feel a little bit better about this situation.
Well, Darius got that handled, okay? I had the full panic. All right, I was the Colts fan that had a full panic there.
Relax.
I'm literally driving, okay? All right, I get to a red light. Oh, this is awesome. About to hop on a bird, fly to Minnesota, have an anniversary weekend after the biggest SmackDown in the history of SmackDowns. I stop at a red light, I open my phone. First tweet, because the Twitter algorithm says, hey, Pat, we want to fucking ruin your day real quick. Adam Schefter, bang, right there on top. Carson's out with a hurt foot. I'm like, golly, that was it right there. Zito just did it again, or Foxy just did it again. So I'm happy to hear there's a little bit more positivity than what I was radiating. You guys are doing a great job. I got to get on this bird. I'm happy to hear Carson's okay because Darius Butler told me so.
Hey, yeah, he'll be all right, man. We got some feel-good news coming up, though, out of superstar down there in Jacksonville. Oh, yeah. But you got to take off. So you want to hear? Do you need to hear it? You need to see it?
I already saw it. It was lightning. I saw lightning happen. Trevor Lawrence touchdown to Timmy Tebow.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby. First Tim Tebow running with the first team on the same page. Umbilical cord with Trevor Lawrence already. Make it play. Let's go, Tebow. Those odds will be changing quick.
How far was it? How far was the touchdown pass?
We'll see. It'll
20,
be coming up
like
here.
85?
Well,
I assumed 99.
The thing was, Tim Tebow caught the ball so well and so naturally and looked so fast.
Landed
it could have been. The field wasn't long enough, is what I'm saying. Who cares how long it was? It could have been forever. That's what it was. That's what it felt like. You know what I mean?
Nobody was catching him. You're saying, yeah. There's no way anyone was catching him.
No.
Not this Tim Tebow. Not Keto Tebow. Not TiVo Tebow. No way. This Tebow, he's unbelievable. This is TE1, dude. TE-Bo.
Hey.
Have a good one, boys. I appreciate you all
Take
so
care,
much.
man.
Safe
Hey,
the
man.
issue with players catching him, too, because there was a southern Florida rain shower earlier, it seemed, and, there was a big puddle that they ran through, and Tim just didn't even, it didn't even splash up.
Did he walk on water?
There was no splashes.
Tim Tebow Walked on water.
Holy
Everyone
shit.
else fell in.
Not surprised that he walked on water. Right.
AJ,
before
have you
scoring
not
his
seen this
touchdown.
video?
I have not seen the touchdown video.
You got to show AJ.
Here we go. It's
There it is.
beautiful.
Here we go.
He's
Roll out.
scrambling.
Same page.
Oh,
Ooh.
touchdown.
Little 7-on-7 red zone
Hey,
period.
I told
D-line
y'all, man.
stinks though.
D-line got good pressure. Okay, roll out to the left.
Scramble drill.
Nice
Boom.
throw.
It's a
And
dime.
you know, D-Bud as a defender, scramble drill in the red zone. Someone's got to run the end line like by the goalpost.
Yeah, and he already knows
And
this.
it
man.
looks like
Look,
they found their man to do that.
He found a guy back in the end zone. Hey, I told you guys it was good that it was quiet, right? We
Sure.
didn't hear a bunch of shit. We didn't hear about him get destroyed. And man, we didn't hear any Kelvin Benjamin type news coming out of Jacksonville. The first news we get out of training camp is him scoring a diving TV. I mean TD. Come on, man. It only goes up from here.
It's gorgeous.
It's a game-winning touchdown catch.
It's game winning. I told you don't overreact to training camp shit, but when it's Tim Tebow,
Yeah,
Concerned of the lack of players that would celebrate with him.
Yeah, and what happens when,
wait, is he not doing his celebration anymore?
No. Tebow, right?
Tebow?
No, he's done
No,
with
he's still
Tebow.
doing it.
Really?
Well, I guess we haven't seen him play in a couple years, so
I figured he retired.
For their first, I'm tuning in their first preseason game. I'm excited about this season.
Yeah, but what happens when, he's going up against Josh Allen, the defensive end, not the quarterback, and Josh Allen just feeds him a helmet to his chest and he does not know what to do when it comes to blocking. Yeah. And, he's sucking wind. Then what happens?
Tebow, man. We're not worried about that.
Okay.
Tim Tebow here, man. What else we got going on, though? Anybody been watching Olympics?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Track and field starting
Any
up.
updates? When? Today?
Today.
It started
last night.
What I caught the 400 meters, I think, which looks fucking brutal.
The 800
The 400 meter hurdles I watched yesterday.
400 meter hurdles.
That's nothing compared to the 3,000 meter steeplechase,
That's-
which I was
that's
watching last night. And boy, that is a tough watch.
Marathon.
Yeah, yikes. Hopefully we get past some of the distance events and we get to the short
The real
track.
I think we have 100 meter gold tonight.
Really? Already?
I thought on FanDuel at least it said it was tonight.
Y'all
American?
had
Isn't
the gold
American
on
gonna
here
win?
yesterday.
I think
American's
the American's the favorite.
Yeah,
Brumell?
Brumell, yeah.
Yeah, he's
What's he at?
Hold on, let me make
Plus
sure.
110 he was last night.
Oh, that-
10:35 p.m. Eastern is what FanDuel says.
Yes.
And what
The
is that
cutoff
on?
is
What
that
can we
may
watch it
be-
on? Peacock?
Yeah, you can watch no, you can't watch it on Peacock Live. They put their
probably on
stuff up.
NBC.
Yeah,
I'm
they'll
like
be on
Giannis,
NBC.
man. I want to watch this shit for free.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you can.
difficult
It'll
to
be on
find a
just
stream.
normal NBC.
The tough thing,
Yeah.
D-Bud, is there's stuff on NBC. There's stuff on CNBC. There's stuff on USA. So finding what you actually want to watch is pretty fucking difficult. But, for a marquee event like this, I would imagine it will be on NBC.
All right, so for the 100, it starts tonight.
Let's go.
Prelims. The final is 8:50 a.m. on Sunday.
Okay.
So prelims tonight, 10:35.
Tape delaying a lot of it though.
Yeah.
But there's
Well,
always
not all.
There's always an option to find it somewhere live.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll
That's all I
probably be
care about.
live. Because last night, the 800 meter and I think the hurdles that you were talking about, I think all that stuff was airing live.
Yeah.
But it's just super late. It's like 11:30 when it's
Like when the Simone stuff happened at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. in the morning, our time, people were definitely watching it live because everyone was tweeting about it live. And then it aired that night, that
night.
same
Oh,
night
okay.
as
She still got the twisties, by the way.
does.
Unfortunately, she posted a video and showing exactly how that's tough, man. I couldn't imagine that. But I'm excited about these Olympics, especially these track and field events. I caught some handball last night for the first time.
What'd you think?
Wow.
pretty sweet.
I mean, I honestly, I wish we had that in gym or something growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've never seen that sport. It was awesome, though.
It's water polo.
It had some jukes, had tackling. What is it, water polo basically on land?
Yeah, it's water polo on land.
They had the three. So that little red area, the defense can't go in there?
Correct.
Nah, that's a crease. It's like
You
hockey.
dribble?
You're a big hockey guy.
Yeah, you can dribble. You could it's weird, AJ. It feels like sometimes they don't have to dribble.
You can take a jump past it. So you have to take off before the line.
Yeah.
So that's why they go crazy and they go in there.
So I could get
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like is it like was it slam ball? The trampoline basketball?
Yeah, similar slam ball.
Got your ass.
Doesn't have the trampolines, but yeah.
Did you run track?
It's the same thing.
I did. I ran track my senior year in high school, and I mean, absolutely hated it. South Florida obviously is hot as fuck out there.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing about competing for me, why I love sports, is like lining up across from another person and beating that person. Like that's what motivates. When I'm racing against a clock, which is practice or, it just wasn't for me.
What were you running?
I did 100, 200, long jump, high jump. I actually went to States. I went to States for the long jump.
Here we go.
And got destroyed.
Did you do the triple?
No triple. No triple. I used to have shin split, so I had to stay away from that. But the long jump, I got out there, and I had no technique, just running. And you got like a board. It's like a fault if you step over it. I'm out there with the pros, and they're marking that shit off. They put their tennis ball down like they know exactly how many steps. I'm just looking like, all right, my turn back. Just run, jump. I got all the way to States, but once you got there, it was a different level.
That high jump is insane.
AJ made States for javelin, but then the Emmanuel Acha rule was passed. And he couldn't be stoned to throw javelin anymore. So
that's when he stopped smoking weed. Yeah.
You got some track and field experience, AJ?
No, I ran track in first grade, I believe.
Damn. You're a coach, though. You can coach it. You know it better than anybody.
Unfortunately, my coaching career in track didn't take off either. Too many Zoom meetings beforehand to start, so I didn't make it through that. No, I was football, baseball, basketball. I didn't mess with track a whole lot.
Has your Little League football coaching career started yet?
It starts soon. It starts next week.
Oh.
So
how are the boys looking?
2 days or what?
Oh, no. If it was up to me, we would just show up on Sundays. Like, I don't want to. We're 8 years old, but
wait, are the games on Saturday or Sundays this fall?
Sundays, I think. Why?
1 o'clock ish, or just perfect timing for you watching NFL football? Or
I got 4 kids. I haven't been home on a weekend in a couple years. When it comes to sports, all their sports are played on Saturday and Sunday.
Have you been designing any like exotic blitz packages for the boys, or
the Hawk special?
I'm excited. I'm excited to see when I get there and see what our skill level is and how much they can comprehend, and then I'll know what all we can put in. Even though I'm just an assistant, so I just do what the head coach tells me.
Are you making your boy the quarterback or no?
I don't think so. Now I don't know if he wants to play quarterback. He can try if he can sling it. If he can sling it better than some other kid can sling it, but the cream rises to the top.
H, just put. You know what to do. Put 2 linebackers in the A gaps, and you fucking fire them boys through.
Game problems all day long. Make them adjust. Mm-hmm. Down after down. Excited. So
you make them jump over. Any first play of the game, D. But you ever heard that? I know I've said that before on this show. I think first play of the game, your 2 inside backers jump over, try to time up the snap, jump over the line, and kill the quarterback. And if you time it up perfect, then great. And most likely you're going to go early and get a penalty. But who cares? We started the game out strong.
And that quarterback is probably scared as shit.
Everybody's scared. They're like, man, what are these guys going to do?
Yeah,
these kids are crazy.
It's a good game plan right there.
We got it works too.
Any phone calls coming in on the 5-hour energy hotline?
Hell yeah.
Zeet's going to check right now. Deba, after watching handball, though, do you agree with Pat that if we had a bunch of quarterbacks in there, we win gold?
Now, I came in the show before and disagreed about that whole take, but I'm on his side now. I agree.
Yeah. They would dominate.
They would dominate.
I mean, how could you stop? There's no way to stop. These quarterbacks, these athletic quarterbacks, you put them in that shit.
Imagine Lamar Jackson going down the court with a handball. Come on.
I got to watch the final. I got to watch who medals. I got to see who medals. I got to see. Because actually, I saw the women's last night.
The Danes are very good. Iran has an absolute stud.
Yeah, number 33.
Yes,
he is untouchable.
Scores goals in bunches.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Okay, I got to check out the good guys. So we got Courtney Z. We got a call. We ready?
Yep, we got Garrison.
What's up, Garrison?
Hey, what's up, guys? I think Lamar Jackson would be MVP, by the way, at handball.
Hell yeah. Okay, I'm with you. With you there.
100%. All right. Actually, so I had a question for y'all, especially since y'all played and had like high tier quarterbacks. Did they ever have like an injury like how Dak did? Like, say, his ankle just completely busted. He comes back this year on a year that he maybe hurt his shoulder, quote unquote, and he's actually really just in pain in his ankle right now.
Oh,
Garrison.
Conspiracy theory. Good. I like it. You know, I'm all about the conspiracies. Nah, but have you dealt with a quarterback injury like that, AJ?
No, and trying to like throw people off or throw the media off and say it's something else. I haven't seen it happen. I guess you could do that, but why? Like I would assume the team could face some heavy fines if they figure out you did that.
Yeah, they definitely could. I've been around some people who have done that, because if you got multiple injuries, you could just talk about one and not the others. Won't talk about which team that was, but never dealt with any quarterbacks having an injury like quite like that. That was nasty to watch, but. Not worried about Dak either. I think he'll be all right.
Didn't they just put Tom on the injury report every single year?
Every week.
Every week.
Questionable.
Fucking 12 weeks.
Shoulder, knee.
Or 12 years, I mean.
Questionable every week, and he must have took that shit down to Tampa.
Uh-huh.
He wouldn't played on allegedly a completely torn MCL.
What do you mean allegedly?
Go ahead, D-Butt. Tell him.
I mean, it's just my thought. You're coming from the injury happened in New England. You obviously got to go through a physical when you go to a new team. And, completely torn MCLs are tough. I know he's playing quarterback and not DB or linebacker, but that's tough. But
he wasn't on the injury report, though, in Tampa, was he?
Yeah, Dr. Florio was upset about that.
Yeah, he acts like they're going to get in trouble or they're going to get fined something, right?
You think so?
I mean, I don't think it should, but they act like the NFL, man.
Yeah, he was playing and practicing. I don't know. I gotta see if Jim.
What if Tom
Jim
just
let me
said,
hold
though,
that phone?
hey, don't you think Tom could just be like, hey, I didn't tell him. I didn't tell the trainers because I had my dude, Alex, take care of me at home.
Yeah, that's like the whole point of pliability, I think, is that like if your body does, fail you, if you will, and you get hurt like that, then you mentally can get over it with like stretching it out and doing everything like that.
I mean, a lot of injuries are mental. It is TB12. He went out there practicing, played every game, so they could avoid the trouble, but we'll see. It's Tom. He lives by his own rules.
That's right.
It's his league.
He's got his sights on it.
Goodell don't want to fuck with him again.
Are you taking them to come out of the AFC this year because they brought everyone back, or are you on
Wait,
someone
what was
else?
that?
The Bucks. You think the Bucks will run it back or no?
I mean, it's honestly tough to bet it. I mean, Green Bay will be their best run. Who else is on that NFC side that can really change?
AJ, everything all right?
AJ, what's going on over there?
Okay.
Are you stuffing Axel in a locker right now? What the hell?
It sounds like Axel's climbing through the vents of that house.
No, I mean, Axel has been climbing around some things earlier. I muted my mic when I could hear him banging the walls and banging pots and pans, but I think we got him to calm down right now.
Yeah, I don't think your mute button works either because we heard him banging on the walls.
Is he still shitting everywhere down there?
What's that?
Is he still shitting everywhere down there?
Oh, no, I got a good picture, too. We were at dinner or lunch the other day, and there's a sign that says no dumping anytime, so we posted him under it and have him pointing at the sign. So we'll see. Everyone's good, man.
Love it.
D-Bud, how many kids you have?
5 girls.
You have 5 girls?
Yeah.
My brother has 5 daughters as well.
It's karma right there. Won't get into that. But, what was I about to say? NFC.
Yeah.
It's about the Rams.
No.
Why not?
I like the Niners over the Rams.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the Rams?
Don't trust Stafford.
Who said it? Don't trust Stafford. I think they got a good team. They got 2 99 overalls on defense with Jalen Ramsey.
That's a good point.
Aaron Donald. Going to have a new coordinator over there. But I really like 49ers. I think that team, you got Bosa coming back on defense, locked up Fred Warner. It's going to be a good defense. The offense has
secondary?
weapons.
I was just going to ask that.
They got a good secondary. Lost, obviously, Sherm.
Yeah.
Still got Jimmy Ward there. Brett. They signed back Williams, their slot defender, who's pretty good. And that front, if you got that defensive front intact, I mean, you can cover up a lot more on that team. So I like the Niners a lot, man. I love Shanahan, what he does on offense. Kittle back healthy. Ayuk going into his second year. He's a pretty special player. Debo
is huge if he's healthy.
I see a lot of people saying that they think 3 teams will come out of that division in the playoffs. Do you think that'll happen? Do you think because like the Seahawks, I guess with Russ, I don't know. Like if they were to miss the playoffs next year, would you assume that he's just gone?
I think it's going to be some more smoke with the Russ situation in Seattle, and I don't think they make a real run this year. So I think it's definitely going to have that conversation this offseason again. I can see 3 teams coming out of the division, though. It's the best division of football.
Yeah, I mean, what about the Cardinals? Like, I'd be surprised if the Cardinals didn't go to the playoffs just because of everything they've done and all the guys they got now.
Tough division. They got, see on the sheet, we got A.J. Green over there who doesn't care that he's not the number 1 receiver. That's why I picked this place.
Yeah.
Potentially losing Chandler Jones, which I think will be huge because I think them losing him will affect J.J. Watt and his effectiveness up front. Isaiah Simmons came along as a linebacker, got Buda Baker, lost Pat P, signed Malcolm Butler.
They're starting that rookie, Zaven Collins, I think his name is, from Tulsa. That's already because they let the other
he's
guy.
An athletic freak.
Yeah, they let the other guy, I think Hicks, he's searching for trade.
But if I had to pick one team that doesn't make it to the playoffs out of that division, think it'll probably be the Cardinals.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause you got
Isaiah
Russ.
Simmons was starting
Depends
to play
on
good
Kyler,
ball
I feel
last
like.
year
Yeah,
too.
he came along. He
Yeah.
came along real nice last year, man. But yeah, that's a good division to watch.
I mean, it's on Kyler, though. Don't you think if Kyler stays healthy and plays well, yeah, I could easily see them getting in the playoffs and doing some things. But if Kyler either takes a step back or can't stay healthy, then I think they're going to be in some trouble.
Just has those weird games that he comes out and just looks like he's disinterested for whatever reason.
What was he hurt? He had
shoulder.
some kind of nagging arm or
His
what?
shoulder. Some guy
shoulder.
landed on him like 3 weeks left in the season. Pretty bad.
Throwing shoulder?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough. That sucks. But hopefully it'll be all right. They got some more weapons over there, too. We'll see. You got another call, Zeke?
Yep, we got Ben.
Ben, in the 5-hour energy line. What's up, Ben? From Phoenix?
Yo, what's up, boys? How the hell are we?
We are outstanding.
Fucking good, boys.
Hey, do you guys ever realize that when you say the word poop, your mouth does the same exact thing as your butthole when you poop?
Hang up.
Get him out.
Hang up.
God damn it, Mitt.
Get him out of here.
Okay, so this guy's a clown.
It's the first time I heard that.
We got another one, Zeke.
The first time, AJ,
What
huh?
the fuck was going on here?
Actually,
I have not
bring
heard
that
that.
joke to your desk.
You got Joey. He wants to talk about USA in the Gold Cup final versus Mexico.
Woo! Okay,
Here we go, boys.
Joey from Southern California. What up, Joey?
USA.
USA! USA! USA!
I just want to say, how about them boys?
Okay.
Fucking how about him?
What's up, Joey? What you got, man? Talk to us about the goal. I'm not a soccer guy. I'm not.
Hey, is Mexico going to run us off the field, though?
No, Canada should have beat
Hell
him
no.
last night. We got hosed.
Hosed.
What
yeah.
happened?
So
You got to tell us what happened.
it was in injury time, 90th minute. There's been some racist chants happening
From the crowd.
from the crowd. From the crowd. So they go stop the game. Everyone stands in the middle for like 5 minutes. Turns out there's supposed to be 97 minutes played. Mexico scores the winner in the 99th minute. Game over.
Canada loses again.
Canada's the best Canada soccer has looked in a very long time. To compete like that with Mexico is very good.
They also are missing their best guy, right?
Yeah.
They're in the same boat as the
Nobody
US.
really has their A squad, but
I don't understand, though. Gump, what? There was racist chants going on from this. Where is this game played? And then
I
the
don't
players stood
know
in the
where
middle and
I don't
they
know
didn't stop the
where
clock?
I don't know where this one was played, but this happened in the other tournament too. The other
Mexican fans were.
Yeah, the CONCACAF Nations League. It happened a few times, and guys walked off the field. It happens in soccer a lot, so they're trying to just stop it. But Mexico U.S. final Sunday in Vegas is
Baby. Raider Stadium.
yeah,
Yes.
full barn.
What's the line? What's the odds? on that one?
USA
Who's
is
favorite?
plus 200 to win in 90 minutes.
I mean,
Pop, pop, pop.
we know how
Yeah.
soccer works, Foxy. The odds are juicy, but we know it's going to extra time.
It
This is
will
a
be
draw.
going into stoppage.
Yeah, this is a 0-0 draw until the PKs.
Didn't last night.
True. U.S. got it done.
Yeah.
U.S. to lift the cup. Plus 138. Mexico
Plus
minus
138.
Cash it.
That's it.
Cash it.
Kidding me?
Good
And
bet.
shout out the U.S. for knocking off Qatar and
For the
protecting the CONCACAF.
And when does that air?
Sunday night.
Sunday is so it's live.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
What network?
I absolutely won't be. tuned in.
Fox Sports.
What do you mean? You didn't play a lot of soccer growing up?
Yeah.
No, zero soccer actually. Really, only thing we played was football, basketball.
D-Buck, did you chase rabbits with San Antonio? You light the sugar cane on fire?
So that's up in the muck. That's up in Belle Glade. I have Fred Taylor on the show. That's up kind of where he's from, San Antonio. Fred Taylor. It's a lot of players. Kelvin
Chris
Benjamin,
Gamble,
I
Nate
believe.
Sally.
Yep, a lot of Nate Sally's. He's Fort Lauderdale. He's where Chris Gamble's from. So that's where I'm from. So no, it's like sugar cane and it's like nothing out there in the muck.
Kelvin Benjamin was chasing rabbits?
I'm not sure if he was chasing rabbits, but he's from that area.
Was
though.
he just eating
Janoris
all of them?
Jenkins.
Whoa.
Jeez, dude.
Scumbag.
What? Look, I'm just going to ask the
I
question.
mean, he came in. He was overweight. Like, give him a
By
break.
18 pounds.
He was a tight end, though.
He wasn't
He wasn't a wide
Hey,
receiver.
did you guys?
Two-
I don't know if you guys talked about it. Why did he and Joe Judge have that altercation on the field? What happened?
Well, apparently it was about the weight,
Yeah.
and he was getting fined for every pound that he was over. And he was supposed to make like $14K during camp, and he was fined like 13 or something like that.
Damn.
So I guess him and Gettleman and Judge got into it on the field. But it was weird, AJ, that it would that he would even take the field, that it would happen on the field. I'm with you. Is that what you're
if
thinking?
they were planning on cutting him, right? It wasn't
Correct.
like, hey, he punched the guy, they fired him. They were planning on cutting him, right?
Yeah, but they need O-line help, right? Maybe they're thinking, hey, we can slot him at left tackle
Put him
or
at
right tackle. Yeah.
And then someone went in his bag and found all the snacks.
That's
so
not
that was the final
That was
straw.
the first. That was a fake tweet. I almost fell for. I saw some guys did fall for that, but it's crazy when it comes to those guys making weight and the stress around that, because you got to weigh in before training camp, practice, after. Some teams go all out. Every pound, every day you're getting fined. Some other teams, they kind of let it play out and say.
And they're trying to tell you, though, D-Buck, they're trying to tell you also you can have to weigh in before, but, hey, also make sure you hydrate and drink 35 bottles of water and Gatorade so you don't cramp up at practice.
Yeah, so you see some interesting shit when you walk in that locker room. Dudes are butt-ass naked on that scale trying to make it, but it's part of it, man.
I mean, wouldn't there be a conditioning test, though, where they would know? Because, Dallas Goedert, I saw, failed his conditioning test for the Eagles, and then I assume, that is a massive, hey, you got to go lose some weight now, because obviously you can't cut it.
I've never been a part of a off-season like this when it was so, guys were away. So maybe a lot of teams even cut back from the conditioning, because usually we take conditioning tests as soon as you come back, and a guy like Belichick, you couldn't practice until you passed that conditioning test. I know some other teams like that as well. So maybe some teams just completely cut that out and say, hey, we'll just kind of tempo it up this first couple weeks to make sure guys don't get hurt. Because that's the main thing about NFL practices. You don't want guys getting hurt.
What was that, 1440s or something like that?
No. That was our conditioning test in college, the Husky run, which sucked. But different teams do it differently. Sometimes it's 110s. The worst one is like a 300-yard shuttle in 25-yard increments where you got to keep.
You cut at the 25. 300-yard shuttles cutting at the 25 is nasty.
That is horrible. What did you guys have, AJ?
In college, we ran 20 half-gassers, which sucked, obviously.
Yeah.
Hated it. I'm not a strider, very well.
Half-gas, that's across the field horizontally.
Yes.
53.
Full gassers.
Full gassers 4 times. Boom, 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 boom. Half gassers twice.
Oh, yeah.
What else?
Yeah, full is that. Yeah, and so it's a little over 100 yards each one, and however many 30 seconds break, all that stuff. But in Green Bay, when I got there, it was 8 half-gassers, and then after that, the great thing is Mark Lovat took over as a strength coach and started doing position-specific workout basically. So you break up into your groups. It's not a test, and you do he have this sheet and it has 15 moves that inside linebackers do during a game. Shuffle, drop, 15 break. And you just go through that, and you could tell if someone's out of shape if they're not. You're not timed, and it doesn't. Guys aren't blowing hamstrings out, and you don't have to train all summer to try to pass the conditioning test and not try to be in good football shape.
Yeah, and it sucks. I mean, sometimes because some guys just, no matter how hard they work, they will never do good in a conditioning test. I never struggled with them, but it would be rough for some guys.
Yeah, Casey Hansen had a hard time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what is he? Was he 400?
Big snack.
Oh,
got up there.
He was huge. He was huge. But yeah, we got to get out here and get a break.
Here we go.
You know what I mean? What did AJ say on that side?
Come on back.
Make sure you guys come on back. How long is the break, Zeke?
4 minutes.
4 minute break. I'll catch y'all on the other side. We'll catch y'all on the other side.
Come on back.
Darius Butler, Pat McAfee Show. We out.
Did you hear everything that was being said whenever you were potentially?
Just from you.
Oh, so you did hear it.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's address it.
Hold on.
All right.
You can be a hater.
No.
And you can change.
Carson.
You can change. We can change.
No, at the moment I was at, Carson. With the Daily Show, the live Daily Show, we can potentially get referred to as prisoners of the moment. You probably did hear me say some things. That was at a much different time.
Backtrack a little.
No,
it's cool. We're here face to face. You can change. People change, all right?
By the way, you are much bigger than I thought you were. When Jalen gets drafted there, was that the beginning of it all? Was there a miscommunication? What happened between you and Doug? Because they were saying it was fractured beyond repair.
Yeah.
What happened there? Is all of that accurate? Is that all kind of getting blown out of proportion? Yeah. And where did it start?
For one, I don't like to ever come out and say reporters aren't telling the truth because I don't. But
Orlovsky does it.
I'm not. I'm not going to dispute every report that's out there. The way the season went obviously wasn't ideal. When Jalen was drafted, that had no bearing on me. I trusted the organization. Okay. I signed that contract. I was devoted to them, and I felt like they were devoted to me. So I trusted the pick. That had no bearing on my confidence or my abilities. The season unfolded, not how I would have liked it. Personally, I could have played better. We lost a lot of games at the end and just didn't fall into place the way we wanted. But there's a lot to learn from it, as a man, as a player, and all those things. And, I have still a lot of respect for Coach Peterson. And I think, without a doubt, those reports are very exaggerated. Like I said, I don't hear a lot of them. They come to my attention from my agents or different things.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of respect for him. And it was unfortunate for everybody and how the whole thing kind of just went down.
There was a couple still shots that made its way around where you and Doug Peterson appeared to be giving each other a nasty look.
Yeah, I saw those.
It's not true.
Not true at all.
Oh, you were not saying, I wish you died. With your
I don't even think I was looking at him in those shots. So I did see that. I'm like, of course, they're going to play this one up. They're going to make a story out of anything. That's how it is. So, but yeah, that's not true at all.
Okay, so I'm happy to hear you weren't giving Doug Peterson death looks. Like, you never thought, like, oh, football isn't for me. Like, there was never a thought where I don't like football anymore. Or I don't want to be in this bullshit league anymore with this business. There was never a thought like that?
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. The way the season went, I mean, it was frustrating. And
People
so
have those
that's why I stepped away, and it almost rejuvenated me. It's almost like last year pissed me off so much. I want to come back in a different way and do everything I can. I am thrilled to be here and to have this new start, new opportunity. And the community seems amazing. The fan base seems amazing. Like we said, it seems like the perfect fit.
How are ya? I'm Roman, a men's health brand that can dance very well and make you the best you possible. Are you suffering from male pattern baldness? Dahn, we got something for that. Herpes. See ya. Premature ejaculation, gone. No more coming too quick. Allergies as well. And that's not all. We have clinically tested supplements for everything, including erectile dysfunction. Come on! Bye-bye! GetRoman.com/Pat. Be the best you possible.
It's the show recommended by 0 out of 5 old white guys. It's the Pat McAfee Show.
Yo, 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 we are back. AJ and the boys. I'm sitting in for Pat. Darius Butler here, the Pat McAfee Show, man. We're on the other side. During the break, it's the time of year. Training camp starts, obviously. It's the time we overreact to some training camp highlights. Mm-hmm. We got another one from one of my favorite young quarterbacks in the league, Justin Herbert. I dropped in that Herbert train last year early, called him a top 8 guy. Whew. Let's see the 70-yard bomb.
Right side.
We got some. This is how the Chicago Bears their film looks.
Bear down.
It's a terrible angle.
What the hell?
Grainy quality, but
a bomb.
It's a bomb. It's a bomb. They got some great surrounding cast around Herbert out there too, man. Offensively, what's his odds for the MVP?
Plus 2,000, I believe it was earlier.
He's up.
Okay, plus 2,000.
Hey, I mean, you talked about Mike Williams if he stays healthy, Keenan Allen if he stays healthy.
They did lose Hunter Henry,
who also has a lot of trouble staying healthy.
Yeah, got Eckler, but they beefed up that O-line because he was under a lot of pressure last year at quarterback. So I'm excited to see his growth. You got Staley over there, the rookie head coach. Hopefully Derwin comes back. That team may make some noise. Tough division, obviously. Been out there with Mahomes and the Chiefs. But what's your thoughts on? Did you check Herbert out all last year, AJ?
Oh yeah, I like Herbert. I wanted to see if Zeke or Foxy could put that clip back up. If you would, there's a guy that is closer to the camera that has about 12 yards of separation on somebody else too. I don't know who is covering him. Must have picked the line or something.
Let me see that guy. Was that a tight end?
In that division, do you guys give any thought to the Raiders, or are they just kind of like an afterthought?
I feel like
on the bottom there.
Oh yeah, that was the first thing I thought that was going to be the guy.
So I think the Raiders are.
Oh, he had running wide open.
There's a safety right there,
looking like Tim Tebow right there.
Where's the safety over top?
You'll see in the beginning. He's running right there. You see him, left side?
Oh yeah,
He's out of the frame now, but he was up there.
So I think it's that.
This thing was filmed on a Nokia, so it's tough to tell.
Flip phone cameras.
Terrible quality. What were you asked about the Raiders?
Yeah. Like, do you have any sort of thought that you think they're going to be good, or are they just going to be 8-8 forever?
Yeah, they're favorites in 6 games this year.
Yeah, 8-9. Yeah, 8-9, 9-8 maybe. I don't think. I got more faith in the Chargers already than I do with It's the desk, man. It's the desk. But I got more faith in the Chargers already. Denver, they'll stink. Drew Lock sucks. So
apparently,
I think
what about Teddy, dude?
I think Teddy's going to be the starter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, damn! I forgot about Teddy.
But that's not extremely promising.
It's just not. I mean, he doesn't give them.
Do you think Sam Darnold's an upgrade from Teddy, D-Butt?
No, absolutely not. Lateral move, if anything. I think Teddy was a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold stunk in New York. I mean, if you keep it real, you watch the film, he absolutely stunk. He got a better cast around him now in Carolina, so he could be better. And a lot of people are calling Joe Brady, you know, they're already crowning him as this great coordinator in the league. I'm not on that train yet, but we'll see.
Robbie Anderson did say it's a completely new Sam Darnold. The guy that came down to Carolina is not the same guy that was throwing him the ball in New York.
Do not trust guys in the same locker room as other guys. You know what I mean? So, I mean.
What does he mean? I'd like to get it. Like, what's the follow-up? Like, I'd say, how is he different now?
He said he had that swagger that he had, like, earlier in his career, I believe.
Like that California. He was always like the California cool, like laid-back dude that just seemed to always do the right thing.
Yeah, like you.
Yep, exactly. Just like me wearing thong flip-flops with my jeans, just cruising around, just riding my, what do you call the bike? The old
moped.
Hey, do you judge people who wear thong flip-flops?
No, I wish I could do it. They don't stay on my feet.
No?
What do you mean?
Are you?
He's got feet like his hands.
Toes over there? What you got going on?
You know, like I'm always, you got to run, take off and run. I don't want to grip too much with my toes and cramp my feet up.
Yeah, I never really
eat a
rocked
banana.
chancletas.
Smart.
Oh. Great Spanish.
Hey,
Great Spanish right there.
Chancletas, but you know, I like the regular flip-flops. We got another call. What we got, man? Let's see what we got. And I, by the way, I saw some comments, and my homeboys in the group chat too. Shout out to the Brit boys. They said I look high, like I was hitting the bong in the break. I mean, I got witnesses here. Did not.
No, he did not.
Stayed in here.
No Sage.
Could throw a javelin right now if you wanted to.
Oh, right now you got Noah from Minnesota wants to talk about the Vikings defense.
Oh shit, let's get it, Noah. What's up, Noah from Minnesota? Safe up there?
Boys, D-Butt and AJ, how we doing?
Doing good.
Good to hear. Okay, so I got an absolute lock for you. 8.5 wins over under for the Minnesota Vikings. You guys just absolutely disrespected the Vikings earlier on this show.
Whoa.
Hammer the over, baby. Hammer the over.
Tell us why.
And here's why. Top 5 offense last year, all right? And they got better, all right? Kirk is hot, okay?
No.
We got Dalvin in the backfield. He just graduated from college today. That boy is smart. He's going to go for 2,000 yards. Justin Jefferson doubled him up. We got Adam Thielen on the other side. We just picked up D.D. Westbrook. That offense is going to be soaring. But go over to the defense. Remember the Williams wall back in the mid-2000s?
Sure.
Okay, big dogs up front.
Yeah, Williams.
We got big dogs up front right now. They big. We got 350 pounds of just pure meat on both sides of the interior line. Dalvin Tomlinson is going to be getting after the quarterback. Michael Pierce is going right up the middle. Both of those two were not on the team last year. You know, Mike Zimmer was scared after the Saints last year. That Saints game, Alvin Kamara ran for 1,000 yards against our team. Not anymore. Danielle Hunter is back. He's the new Jared Allen. We got.
Hey, Jared Allen.
Good promo.
He was going. You really almost sold somebody on that. Not me though.
He got me.
Now, you got you.
I'm going to take the 9 wins.
You got me on their
9 wins
offense.
for the Vikings.
You got me excited about their offense.
For
and
sure.
you name all those guys. I mean, they have some weapons. That's for sure.
Kirk will always get you places. That's for sure. He's proven that.
I mean, hey, they've won. They've been. I mean, they're inconsistent. They're in every
I
other
think
year
Kirk plays
team.
better than people give him credit for.
Yeah,
I agree.
really do.
For
I
sure.
agree. I think he takes a lot of unnecessary.
He always has those moments that are very rememberable where he kind of just makes terrible plays.
Makes some bones. But
If Dalvin Cook stays healthy, they got a chance.
Dalvin Cook,
he's the driver of that offense.
Justin
So if he's
Jefferson
there,
is a guy.
yeah, he's
Arguably,
unbelievable.
Cook is you can make an argument for the best running back in the league.
Sure.
You definitely can. So you got weapons, and like you said, Justin Jefferson, he looked like a top 10 receiver last year as a rookie, so he'll have another year. Obviously, Thielen's there. Good players. You know, every team has good players. I can see him.
Their secondary stunk last year, but you said
Stunk.
Patrick
Young.
Peterson.
Boston, they had a lot of young guys.
Peterson bounces back after a tough year?
You know, I think so.
Is he going to play safety at all or still corner?
I don't see him. I don't see him being one of those guys who will move to safety. But I can definitely see him as a guy who, kind of how we saw Xavier Rhodes flame out in Minnesota, and then he went to Indy, bounced back, had Pro Bowl caliber year down here. I can see that with Pat P.
Do you like Pat?
For sure.
Do you like Pat P?
Yeah, love him.
Okay.
Wow, what's up?
Wow, what was that about?
What's up, man?
Let me explain.
That's home team. That's that's Broward County.
Let me explain.
Okay.
You have an incredible podcast.
Yep.
2 DBs.
Yep.
He's got a podcast.
Yep.
2 DBs.
Yep.
I didn't know if there was a competition going on.
A little podcast beef, Tony.
Beef. Yeah, no beef there. No beef there. Like I said, home team. Him and Bryant McFadden, two good. Shout out to All Things Cover Pod. Check out the Man to Man Pod. I'm enjoying this shit up here, man. I might start my own daily show.
There
Man.
you go,
Get the boys down there. Maybe the Bread Boys. We okay. We might start something, man. But shout out those. No hate there. No hate. It's my guys.
That's my
guys,
big Brian
man.
McFadden guy. You know that.
Oh, of course. 2 times. They actually put up not too long ago the top 10. Like all-time ranked corners as far as prospect, and McFadden and Pat P were in that top 10, which was pretty impressive. So shout out to those guys. Man.
Shout out.
No hate, man. But we talked about a little bit threat to the NFC and the Bucks. Who y'all think threaten AFC? To the Chiefs? Is it anybody?
I think it's just the Bills again, and the Patriots, obviously.
I'm gonna say this.
I already know.
And I'm gonna hate it.
I already know what you're gonna say too.
I'm gonna be saying it.
Come on,
I'm right there with you, Tony.
I like the Browns roster. Except for the quarterback.
Clip that.
I've said it many times. Except for the quarterback. If Baker was better, then I would like it a lot more. But I think every other, like the pieces they added from the Rams secondary and their draft of linebackers, and they have obviously great O-line and weapons.
Odell coming back.
Baker's really the only question mark for me.
True.
Myles Garrett might win defensive MVP next year.
Oh yeah.
Then you got Clowney up there too.
We've been saying it. I don't know why you guys haven't. It's Super Bowl or bust for the Browns.
Yeah, it is.
Super Bowl or bust for the Browns.
Gotta be.
They're not used to having these expectations coming into the year, but it's a lot of new, fresh blood in there. Baker, he was a winner, and he came in as the number 1 pick, and I think he's progressively gotten better. But like you said, that's the biggest question mark there, man. Andrew Berry. Former coach, he's done a great job as a GM over there, drafting and signing guys in the offseason. Talked about John Johnson from Cleveland. He was kind of under the radar, which I think they got him at great value at that safety position. Grant Delpit, who they drafted in the 2nd round out of LSU last year, was injured. You got Greedy. You got Denzel Ward, who's quietly one of the best corners in the league. I mean, you got Anthony Walker, who they picked up from the Colts. He'll be probably starting over there. So,
If the Titans defense gets better, if Bud Dupree makes a big difference to that defense, I think they would be very
Julio
good.
Obviously doesn't hurt.
What do you think about Bud? Y'all let him go out. Obviously, you got to pay T.J. Watt.
Yeah,
but
TJ's going to get paid.
Why?
Bush.
Listen, Bud was awesome. I got nothing bad to say about Bud. Bud's incredible versus the run. The only question Steelers fans will have about him going to Tennessee, if he's getting doubled. Instead of TJ,
still be that guy.
Like when it's TJ, Tuitt, Cam Hayward, Bud, it's tough to.
And that's an adjustment, and you saw that adjustment with Ojuju. A lot of people expected once he got up to that number 1 role, he was going to step into it easily. But once AB left, it's a completely different world. When you're that guy who AJ knows on Wednesdays, coaches get up there and put you as a game wrecker. Who we got to stop this guy and don't let him beat us. So that's a whole. Different role. Who you got in the AFC, AJ?
I mean, I understand the Titans. Yeah, I just don't see them challenging the Chiefs for what the Chiefs are right now. If things go well, that's saying if Patrick Mahomes stays healthy and they don't lose the rest of the roster and all that.
So they made improvements too up in that up front to protect Pat Mahomes after what happened in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I like the Browns. I really do like the Browns to get to the playoffs for sure. It hinges on Baker's play. If Baker can play as well as he did last year, take a little step forward, I think they have a chance for sure.
Doesn't it stand to reason, too, that this is Baker's second year in Stefanski's system, and you usually see guys make big jumps in, like, their second year, and he doesn't have some big fat stooge calling plays for him like he did previously?
And it's tough. That's a good point. It's tough for a quarterback when you're going through a new coordinator every year, new coaches, new schemes, new language. So another year, and shit, you getting Odell back. And most guys who's had to cover wide receivers will put Odell up in that top, probably 5 or 6 when they're healthy. So him, obviously Jarvis, Hooper. The Brownies. I mean, they're coming in with expectations. Are you kidding me?
Nick Chubb, what that dude can do too. Like they have
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, you look at them, they're good.
Great on paper, great on Madden. And we'll see if they'll be great this season. I mean, that deep, and you can't forget about the Ravens too.
I'm with Connor on the Patriots though.
Patriots?
Belichick with a chip on his shoulder after a bad year with that roster completely rebuilt. Come on.
Who at quarterback?
That's who's going to?
I don't think it matters.
Whoa.
I think a Cam Newton.
No
was
way
good.
McCorkle leads them to a playoff run.
I don't know, man.
Get the hell out of here! You don't think there's any way?
Chance. McCorkle Jones.
What are you talking about? There's been all those incredible Alabama quarterbacks.
Before Cam Newton got COVID, he was playing very, very good football.
Very.
Yeah.
Also, whoever's at quarterback has the least to do because their defense is good, their O-line's very good. They got a multitude of running backs, and granted, we'll see what happens with the weapons and obviously the quarterback. But with everything, as a team as a whole, it's pretty damn complete when you think about it.
They won 7 games with nothing last year.
Hey, pretty damn good team.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Obviously, you got Bill there, GOAT. You got Cam there with a lot to prove. You got a beefed up O-line. Yeah. You got weapons around him and 2 good tight ends. You saw the success that Cam had with Greg Olsen in Carolina. So now you got 2 guys, Jonnu Smith. He's obviously a touchdown scorer, so he'll make things easier on him. Definitely can't count out the Patriots, but
D-Butt, listen to this guy. Listen to him. Hey, anyone can play quarterback. They've had it so good for 20 years, they don't even know anymore. With this team, anyone can play quarterback.
That's exactly what you said.
They have whoever does play quarterback has the easiest job comparison to other teams. Because they have a complete team. That's why our only question mark is quarterback. So you got to wait.
But that's a big fucking question mark.
Yeah, of course it is.
I know you've been a Patriot fan for a while. It's a big fucking question mark.
It's an important position. If our defense is holding teams to 14, 15 points a game, then it's a pretty damn easy job.
That's a tough
ask. It is never an easy job.
Never.
The NFL quarterback is never an easy job. Those guys make it look easy at times, though, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you had Trent
couldn't it be
on here.
D-Butt? Couldn't that be more pressure on him? You said, what do you mean he has the least amount of pressure? The quarterback has the least amount to do. Okay, couldn't you say that about Baker in Cleveland? The teams around him are so good. You don't want to. You're not saying he doesn't have to do anything. You're saying like it's up to him. Why is it different for New England?
Exactly, and I think in New England, there's a lot less pressure on Baker than the New England quarterbacks because you're coming after fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna always live in that shadow. And the fans, you're expecting a title run. You're expecting to at least be in the AFC Championship year in and year out. So definitely a lot. And Cam's back against the wall. He didn't play well last year. He's out there a lot on social media, so he's obviously going to be criticized a lot. And McCorkle has some high expectations as well. We'll see.
Well, and
we'll see.
Also, to your point about following Brady, that's why it's good that we didn't have a rookie quarterback last year. We had to come in and be like, okay, you're following Tom. At least there was a little bit of a buffer year with Cam.
But that's better because as a rookie, you come in, you're expected to kind of suck as a rookie. Cam, it's a former MVP, number 1 overall pick. Still a guy. And when you step on that field, I think a lot of players, especially young players that are in the league now, they've been looking up to Cam for a while now. He was a Heisman. He did a lot. So still a lot of pressure on him, but I think he'll thrive. I do think the Patriots will do well this year and make a run. So that's not a bad pick at all.
So you think they'll make a run, but if Mac Jones is quarterback, you don't think they'll make a run?
No chance. I think they make a run with Cam, a healthy Cam at quarterback. I think him and Josh McDaniels, they continue to build something. And but if McCorkle goes in there week 6, week 7, no chance they make it past the first round.
What if McCorkle? Stidham's definitely not playing. He actually just got hurt. But what if McCorkle starts week 1 and beats out Cam? Then will you have a different tone or no?
Absolutely not.
If it's,
I mean, he would just have to shock me. He just gonna have to shock me. Right now, I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I think Jones will be good in a few years, but coming in as a rookie, nah, I don't see it.
If it doesn't go well for Cam, is this it? Like, I don't see Cam going somewhere to be a backup.
I don't see it either. No. It might be it. If he goes and stinks it up this year, it might be it for my dog, man. As a starter,
especially if he doesn't look healthy. I want to see. His arm is as healthy as ever, I guess, from his surgery. So that's what I want to see what it looks like.
He said it's his first time feeling healthy since what? 16, 17?
2016, he chased down some guy and tried to tackle him.
Yeah, because some of those throws, some of those shits were skipping across the ground. 10-yard throw. So I think he's healthy. Another year in the system. I think it'll be great. COVID set him back mentally more than anything last year. So we'll see, man. We'll see. We got a hard out coming up. Make sure you guys check out this Foxy flick.
Yeah, hell yeah.
At 2:15. Woo! It's going to be a great one. I promise you. How much time we got left?
We got a minute 30 here.
Yeah. Minute 30. Plenty of time.
56.
Oh, yeah.
AJ, what are you doing this weekend?
So much. I'll be traveling back to Ohio eventually here shortly, but yeah, I'll be checking out the Olympics. They go for another week, right?
Yeah.
Another week. Have you enjoyed your time on the vacation place that you're at?
Oh yeah, we've had a great time so far. We will be back to this region again.
How is Curacao?
Hell yeah.
What's that?
How is Curacao?
Yeah, is it cool?
Curacao. Great. Very good. We have one of those this is actually one of those huts that's above the ocean.
That's
so I can
awesome.
just jump off
on the
slide
water.
into the ocean.
Oh, nice.
That's so sweet. Holy shit, man.
Anybody else got some plans for the weekend? Cool plans?
Nah.
Try to squeeze some golf in, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play a quick 18.
Okay, what's your handicap?
I'm not great, probably 15, 16.
5.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Appreciate y'all, man. Hope you guys enjoy Feel Good Friday. Pat McAfee Show, Darius Butler, AJ Hawk, and the boys, man. Be fun. Check out some Olympics wherever the fuck you can find it.
Yeah,
good luck.
Hell of a job by you too, D-Bud.
Y'all carry me. Y'all make it easy, man. 2:15. Make sure you check out that Foxy flick. It'll be a great one. And we're out. Make sure you come on back on Monday.
Hell yeah.